Didn't think I was going to be here, did you? Didn't think I was going to be going so hardcore, did you? Yes, here I am, everybody. Welcome to the stream. My name is Kismet, and we're going to get into it today. What was adjusting this camera? Oh, it's adjusted it. Oh, my goodness. Am I on a roll, man? I am putting a lot of time and effort into this stream, that is for sure. I'm ready to play some No Man's Sky and get you guys some drops. I thought, well, it'd be pretty hard to get up early, do a bunch of stuff before the stream, clear off a lot of space because, you know, my hard drives fill up quickly, all this recording. And then I thought, well, you know what, let's do it. So here we are, everybody. Let's go. We got about 3 hours until we are ready to play some Icarus, and that's just enough time for you guys to get a bunch of loot here in the stream. So make sure to be lurking the whole entire time. You're going to get some drops. You're going to get some love from a No Man's Sky here on Twitch, so make sure to be lurking the whole entire time. We're going to be doing some battles. We're going to get you some loot here in this event as well. We're going to try to work those in while we're playing some No Man's Sky. We have got a settlement. We've taken over the settlement and kind of blocked it out. We're going to try to build out our base and start to work on our resources and all that other fun stuff and try to unlock a bunch of stuff because we collected a bunch of salvage data. We're going to run around, probably collect a bunch more because we did find a paradise planet that works with what we're trying to do. So, and we moved our settlement to that paradise planet. Though it is losing money, we will try to bring it back. I just logged in and I haven't gotten any like upgrade notices or anything like that of it yet. So I hope it does something at some point that we can interact with it and build it up. I don't know. Maybe I broke it now. Maybe I put down too many foundations. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out today because, again, it's been 24 hours. You'd think at least there would be something that I could do with my settlement. It's kind of weird. But we'll get into it. We'll see how it goes. Good morning to Scripplin coming in with the love and the hype. I appreciate that. How you doing this morning, Scripplin? Thanks for coming in. Lurking, eating, and watching TV. Well, there you go, LOC. Get your day started, man. Getting your day started. I'm up and ready to rock. I'm ready to go ahead and give you guys this bonus streams here on a Saturday. And again, make sure to be here also for Icarus, which is a brand new game that they're working on. It's in beta right now. It's very much like a Valheim, like a 7 Days to Die, like a Ark, like that kind of style, that kind of survival-based game, though it has its own story and its own spin on it, including the ability to burn your house down. We're definitely going to have that, I'm sure, at some point, because you know how it goes, everybody. You know how it goes. You know, if anything can go off the rails, it will go off the rails. That's the way it goes around in this stream anyway. So there we go. Hey, Sergeant MC coming in. Hello, Kismet. How are you? Been a while since I watched you. Well, thank you, Sergeant MC, for coming in and hanging out. Whenever I see peeps kind of coming back into the channel and chilling out, I give 1,000 kiss caps to everybody in the chat on your behalf. Thanks for being here. We got a lot going on. If you have not seen my schedule, this is not even on the schedule, everybody. I've been adding a bunch because they added drops to the new No Man's Sky Frontiers. They've added a ton of stuff to it. I can show you right here. Bam, look at all the stuff on the schedule already. That's 10 streams right there. And I added an extra stream on Thursday. That's 11. And then on Friday, that was 12. Then a bonus stream on Saturday. That is 13. And then another one I'm going to add on Sunday. That'll be 14 streams in 1 week. I know, right? You guys are getting some serious love. And why am I doing so many streams? Well, there is just so much dropping on 1 week. It's like crazy, man. It's like insane. You got updates, of course, to No Man's Sky. You got New World Beta, which is going on right now. Last night, I spent a bit of time getting my gear. So I got fully geared out in New World. Which is pretty cool. So I went in there and got all my stuff going. I tried to help out some members. We learned a little bit of stuff. We'll get into that later tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we're going to play some No Man's Sky so you guys can get some drops. Because if you just lurk in the channel, guess what? Boom, you get some stuff you can use in-game, which is pretty awesome. We're on day 3 of that master lurking. Speaking of, I got to go over here and press some buttons over there. There we go. We're going to get into that. We're also going to do some battles. Now, there's a new event called Sportia, and actually there's 4 different teams, and we are Team Golden Griffins, and so we got to represent. The more units you put down for your team, the more your team's going to pull ahead. And I guess something happens when that happens. I don't know. I didn't read the rest of it. I'm so bad. I can read let me go look at the leaderboard. What is it going to do? Captains randomly 1 of 4. Every unit placed in captain battle adds 1 point to the team they represent. Each team has point milestone. Hitting these milestones unlocks a special team skin. Oh, for the entire community. Finishing first. For bragging rights, play with different captains to ensure all the skins get unlocked for everyone. Well, there you go. There you go. And it's got who the top point peeps are. Oh, well, I'm gonna get on that board, bro. I'm gonna get on that board. They got a head start on me, but don't worry, we'll go into battle mode, and I'm gonna be doing 16 hours worth of battles for you guys next week, starting on Tuesday, because I got so much going on this week. But we'll definitely fire that up on Tuesday, and we'll be just battle moding it all week as well. But we're still getting some battles today, so don't worry about it. Thank you to Zarcade for that 21 months. I'm going to replay that again here in just a moment. So that's what that's all about. Now we know. Hey, D-Flood, what you doing, man? Thanks for hanging out in the stream. Appreciate the love. I'd appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out in the stream. I say we just get started. Let's go. Now, you can see I'm in No Man's Sky right here. Now, oh my gosh, No Man's Sky has really risen to a truly phenomenal game. Look at this beautiful world that I'm on, everybody. It's nighttime, and it is gorgeous. I call it the Red Paradise Planet. Look at all the bloom and stuff of the ground and everything. Now, I'm a little crazy, if you haven't figured that out yet. If you've been in my stream for more than 2 minutes, you figure that out. I know that Sergeant MC knows. He knows that Kismet guy. He's crazy. I can go check out what he's up to. Look at this. So we took over the settlement, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and just put it in there like, Kismet, you can't build on settlements. You can if you know. If you know my secret, because I know a lot about settlements in brain work. In No Man's Sky. Because one of the things about settlements is there is typically a max distance of about 350 when you're running away from the center of your base. Though you can extend it if you run items that will extend your base into that area. Up to 1,000 in both directions. So you go this way from the center, there's 1,000 out here, and you go this way. So it's really 2,000 in circumference all the way around. So you can build massive, massive structures to do that. And that's exactly what we're going to do right here. Look at this nice flat area, and we can flatten it even more as we go ahead and keep adding it a bit out. You can see I've added a landing pad there. Now, this is actually my settlement. Now, my previous settlement was much better. It actually was making a profit, but it wasn't on a paradise planet. Now, I don't care if they lose money. That's okay, because guess what? They don't call me the Space Tycoon for nothing. Look at that. I got $1 billion on me right now. And I didn't even bother to pick up the money from the few times we've been in checking out the new update. Now, I haven't gotten anything. In my previous one, I got a bunch of these right away, these different decisions that I needed to make. But right now, it's producing 150 per day, and the maintenance cost is $271. Now, I don't know why it's not giving me any production choices. It would be nice if it gave me some production choices and some other things that I need to do. Like one of the things right away was that I needed to defend the thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I bet it's a quest thing. One of the things that happens in No Man's Sky is if you're not on the right quest, it has a tendency to not give you the thing that you should be doing, right? If you're here, oh, okay, well, I got to return to the scientist at the terminal, right? The settlers here, oh, okay, I got to manage the settlement or whatever. If you're not on that particular quest, I usually find that things get a little funky chicken. We're going to get into all of our quests as well. We're going to really go heavy here into No Man's Sky today. And you can see, again, I have blended out. Now, this might have messed it up. I don't know. I'm going to go around and talk to all the various settlers here, is what I did previously. And there was like a central settler that I talked to in the previous one as well. And you can see I've got a bunch of buildings here. And I don't know where that central guy is in this one. So I'm going to just run around and see if I can find some peeps. Nobody in there. One of the things that drives me crazy in this game is that it turns off my light. Keep my light on and never turn it off. Let's go in here and see what we got. Nada. Whole lot of nada in there. Alright, who we got over here? Now it says it's running smoothly, but it's not giving me any other options. Not much in there. And I can also go first person. I have it programmed to my 2 buttons. I can just press 2 on the side of my mouse, and it will zoom in and out. Oh, there's somebody up there. Oh, here they are. They're all hanging out in here at the bar. Oh, well, I don't blame you. Here we go. Let's talk to this guy. What's up, bro? Overseer friend is something. I don't know. I don't have enough Gek language to know because I'm such a slacker. Alright, well, there's one dude there. Now, again, because I moved it, I used the settlement thing to move it. I don't know who I should be talking to. Okay. I don't know what he's saying. Yeah, it makes me want to go ahead and learn a bunch more. And we will. We'll learn a bunch more languages here. A bunch more of the Gek language. I'm just trying to find peeps to talk to. Now, one of the things I have a tendency to do is go to the same thing over and over. Let's see if we can find, like, a central place to talk to these peeps. Where the heck are all of my peeps? How many peeps should I have? That's probably the question. How many total peeps do I have in my settlement? I have 31 people. Okay, so let's do this systematically. All right, let's go ahead and start with the one that's next to our overseer's area. We'll go ahead and just back up. Aha! Okay. Now we got a couple people in here. This guy's a scout. Truth friend. Alright, awesome. Now remember, every now and again you're going to see a little thing pop up that says, hey, claim some rewards. And so, yeah. I talked to that guy. And then where'd the other guy go? Down here. Alright. Preparing for work. Looking for fight. Something about my settlement. Ah. Really need to get going. Alright, there's 2 peeps there. And again, if you got any suggestions, ideas, ways of progressing the settlements, you go ahead and let me know. It's okay. I'm going to remove that backseat gaming restriction here in No Man's Sky, so we can try to get this going on. I have, again, my first one, there was a whole bunch of things. I could upgrade it. I could add a spaceport and stuff like that. Now, it's been easily over 24 hours, and I haven't had any further. Oh, what did he say? He said, hello, overseer friend. Oh, okay, cool. I know. Hello, overseer and friend. Taking a break. All right. He said something about the overseer, too. So, yeah. So, in theory, there should be 30-plus people here. Maybe they just woke up. I don't know. So, we went to that building. We went to the building here. This building we went to, it looks like a storage building. Nobody in there. Now what they've done is they've added... oh, here's some peeps. Are these the same peeps? I don't know. Do you have units? Yes, I do. I have 1 billion of them. You need some? You let me know. If I could give you some, I would. Where are you going? He's worrying, huh? Okay, so the funny thing is I have like 1 billion units, but I can't use it for my settlement. I have to wait for... oh, look at this. It's like a little thing in the middle here. Oh, look at this. Did you see that before? Cool. Like one in the center there. And this one's off this way. And this one over here is on this side. Well, that was that one side. Then we go up above. Now, again, I'm just trying to hunt people down. Again, the previous one it said talk to the person, and I had to earn my way to be the overseer. And then I became the overseer, and then it gave me some options to do different stuff. Now, I don't know, because the fact that I put down these things, if it's going to block my ability to expand my base, and those are the things we're going to try to figure out today. So if you got some being an overseer tips for No Man's Sky, you let me know. What's up, dude? Hello, overseer friend. Hello, how you doing? What's your problem? Regretting the past, don't we all? Don't we all regret at least a little bit of our past? You know, don't dwell on it too long. Yeah, just going around, and there was a guy I talked to, and that guy kind of forwarded my quest, and I've actually switched from my previous one to this one, and again, not seeing. Oh, there's a dude in there. Not seeing any upgrades. It's 24 hours later. Not had one. Humbled to see the overseer. Oh, all right. Have not had one new upgrade or anything in there. So a little worried. A little worried that I broke it because you know I'm like a pro at breaking games for some reason. I don't know. Disappointed with the overseer. Well, hey, bro, give me some tasks. What you want me to do? True friend, something. I can't understand you, bro. I can't understand you, but I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on it and try to be the best overseer ever. Now, again, with all my financial power, it does me no good. What's up with you? Again, I might be talking to the same people over and over. I don't know. I'm just trying to find someone that'll initiate something on my base here. And I hate to have to go find another paradise world and then move my settlement. One of the problems with this settlement, again, is that it's losing money and that it infinitely loses money. Sighing. What's up, little buddy? Again, see, there's nothing going on, right? There's nothing going on in my settlement that requires me to do anything. And so I'm looking for something to do. And I'm very excited about building up my settlement, but if I don't get any tasks to build up my settlement, it doesn't do me any good. All right, well, I think we looked at every building. I think that was 31 people. Did that seem like 31 people to you guys? I don't know. It's like a certain time of day they get up and then they go and they do their stuff, right? I guess they're sleeping. Feeling stressed? Hello, Gramskid friend. I don't know what that means. Hello is my settlement. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Okay, so I've made this big area so that we can go ahead and build out some stuff here. And we're going to have some fun building out our vehicles and whatnot today. So we went and got our larger vehicle, and I forget what we needed for our larger vehicle. Do you guys remember? In the chat, do you remember what we needed? Right here. Oh, parafoam. That's what it was. Okay, cool. And I remember seeing some of that nearby over that way. Any other that's a bit closer? 600 that way. 663 for that copper. 537. 407. All right, that's the one that's closest. All right, let's go for a little ride. Now, they add a lot of cool effects to the driving. It's real fun. We ran around and we grabbed a bunch of various resources. And very rarely do I actually use the vehicles. But I am going to try to upgrade all my vehicles. I'm going to try to really get into it now. We got little special teddy bear friends. Look at this guy right here. He's so cute. He's so cute. Look at him. He's like a hedgehog. He's like a giant hedgehog. He's so cute. All right. Where did we put that tag? Right here. Right here somewhere. My amazing driving. All right. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Now we need our train manipulator to do this. Now again, whenever you're doing the train manipulator, make sure to use your R and T. R like Roger, T like Tom. So this actually, R, if you make it smaller, you can go ahead and get more of that particular resource when you're extracting it. Like this. Now, of course, the better your mining tool, the more you'll extract, the less it'll overheat when you're doing like your mining beams and stuff like that. Now this is a terrain manipulator tool right here, which is just kind of manipulating the terrain, which is giving me some silicon powder and stuff like that, but it's actually not collecting the resources. So if we actually switch over to our mining beam, then we can do the same thing. We can make it of the same size. There we go. And we try to do that. It doesn't actually, I'm sorry, I got that backwards. The other one is the one that collects it. This is the one that doesn't collect it. Sorry. It says mining beam, but the mining beam doesn't mine this stuff. The mining beam mines like trees and rocks and things like that, right? But I suggest before you do that, that you actually scan stuff first, because first it's going to give you some credits. There you go. Not that I need them, but then you can also see what kind it is. That's carbon there, and then more carbon over here. Now, I collect my stuff through industrial collection, and I'll go through and I'll show you some of my farms and stuff like that. So you can't use this mining beam. You want to use the other mining beam. Sorry, I have sleep apnea, everybody. Sometimes my brain switches stuff around. You get the idea. So, but again, make sure that if you do change from one thing to another, that you make sure you have the smallest one. So you're extracting the maximum amount of resources. Now, silicon powder is basically dirt. Keep that in mind. But in this case, we are also getting a bunch of paraffin, which we need for our vehicle. Now, I can go over here and put an extractor down for this paraffin. I definitely need to get all of my elements going, so I have kind of a mix of everything. So if I need anything at any given time, I can go to those mines and I can get those extracted. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to unlock a whole bunch of new pieces. We're going to work on our salvage data. We're going to work on a bunch of that. I'm going to show you why a paradise planet is so phenomenal. Like right now, you can see that there is no weather going on. Now, anytime something runs out, like your thing here, you hit X, and it usually centers on that thing that you ran out of. There we go. And it usually like prioritizes. Notice it prioritized my defense there first. But it usually will prioritize the thing that ran out. Now you see this takes a bit longer. You get all right up in here and get it going. Now, how much of this do I really need? Well, let's just see. Let's go ahead and act like we're going to build. Look at our geobay. We only need 100. Okay, we're good. And we're going to go ahead and get our vehicle going on. Let's get that going. Woohoo! Off the top rope. All right, there we go. And we'll go ahead and head back toward our settlement, which isn't really too far. Now, of course, the more you upgrade your rover, the more you can thrust, and the more speed that your rover has. You can also get upgrades like the way that it drifts and do fun. Watch this. Ready? It's really fun, man. It's really fun to get out here. Oh, look out, bro. That was my bad. That was my bad. Sorry. Look out. Bad driver. Look out. Get out of the way. Kids are coming through. Those guys are like, ah. They're running out. They're running away. Hey, Smitty, I leveled to 50 for the first time. Well, there you go. Congrats, Smitty. I think you're talking about 76. Hey, again, D-Fled, welcome, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Let's everybody show some love right here in the chat, everybody, to the mighty Zarkane, came in earlier, and with 21 months of sub love right here, getting that Kismet love train fired up today. Whoop, whoop. There we go. And we were trying out a bit of using our square building, which is really fun, but we got our paraffin now, and we want to go ahead and stack our vehicle here. That's our mods. Come back to that. Put that right there by summoning it, and then let's get our next vehicle going here, and we're going to try to unlock all of our vehicles and do all of that fun stuff today. Let's do it. I think this needs to go this way so it's facing away from us. There we go. And vehicle number 2. Now, this vehicle is awesome, everybody. Look at the size of that thing. Now, obviously, it's going to be a big lumbering vehicle. It's not going to be going too fast. But look at this thing. Now, another thing this thing does is you can go ahead and shoot out the beam. I got to get off the thing here first. You can go ahead and shoot out your beam. I think. Does it still work? I don't know. I don't even remember how to shoot the beam. I don't think I have the beam installed. But you can actually mine with this vehicle, which is really cool. And there's no like first person, second, third person in this particular vehicle. But what this is a mining laser. And I don't think I have it installed, so that's why it's not letting me do it. But this is the same thing as the other one. You just run over stuff. If it gets in your way, run over it and crush it. And you're like, Kismet, you're wasting resources. Believe me, I have more resources than ever. In any playthrough ever, I have a tremendous amount of resources. So you can see it's pretty awesome. Now, of course, we can add a bunch of upgrades to it. Get it back on its little thing here. Oh, man, it's a bad driving day. Look out. Look out. Terrible Kismet driving going on. Darn computer's in my way. All right, there we go. You don't have to park it back on there, by the way. There it is. No, we do have a mining laser. All right, how do we do the mining laser? I forget. Does anybody remember how to do the mining laser in the chat? I have not done the mining laser in forever. Mining laser 2 comes from Forhendo. They are found and installed in the Exocraft. We also have a fusion engine, but look at this. We got lots of inventory space. Now, by the way, you can also use this as an additional storage in your base, which is what I typically use it for. So I'll put all my upgrades in there or something like that that I don't want to have in my, my storage, and it will be localized to this particular area. And then every time I come in here, I need an upgrade. I'm like, okay, that's going to be on my Colossus, right? So you can use it like different storage bins, each of your different vehicles. So it does work pretty well in that case. So you can see I've got a bunch of stuff going on. We still need to unlock also a bunch of our inventory space. We want to get our cargo still going. Man, there's so much for us still to do in game. We want to upgrade our multi-tool. We're at B right now, and so on. We still got to get our freighter though. Pretty decent freighter with an A class there. And again, I have $1 billion, so I can go and do whatever I feel like doing, and I should be just fine. And so there we go. So that's it. So I can't remember how to do the mining beam. There's some sort of trick to it. And I can't remember. Anybody remember how to do the mining beam? Hold down control. That's a horn! Alright, there's some trick to this mining beam, everybody. I can't remember what it is. Okay, let's go look it up. Let's go look it up in our control options. Remap controls. Anybody remember? Fire weapon. Alt weapon is the right button. Switch weapon mode. G. Oh, I bet I gotta switch weapon modes. That's it. I had to switch the weapon mode. So you just go around and use your vehicle to collect tons of resources. Isn't that awesome? I think it's pretty cool. Now, the cool thing about the vehicle is that it does not run out of fuel. So you just like keep shooting it. I mean, it runs out of fuel, but it doesn't run out of mining beam fuel. And as you can see, it doesn't overheat. I can shoot it from really far away and grab all of these various resources. Now, the great thing about grabbing those resources is they end up on the vehicle and not in your backpack. So also a great way of storing a ton of extra vehicle space, a ton of extra resources on your vehicle as well. As we have a bunch of stuff here, you can see I have a bunch of stuff on me here, and my storages are all getting full. So we need to go ahead and think about how we're going to go ahead and micromanage. I knew there was a trick to that, everybody. How we're going to micromanage our base. Now, here's the easiest thing to do. Get out of your vehicle here. And then come over here and just summon it back, and then it will be sitting perfectly there, ready for you to do your thing. Now, over here, there are a bunch of different stuff where you can go in and repaint your vehicle, which I think is pretty cool. The cabin, you can have different cabin styles of what you want in the front. Right, let's see if we got anything cool here. Kind of hard to see here in the dark, but there's different looks to the front of it. You have your various different tanks here, and you can have different stickers on it. That's basically what this is doing. Man, I can't even see that one. That one's blurry. The blob. Corvax. Let's say Gek. Apollo, Nada, Galactic Hub. Number 1. Let's do this number 2. There we go. Oh, number 2. There we go. Right tanks. Again, same thing. Number 2. And then engine housing. Have different decals on that. Let's say GEC. There we go. Represent. Rocket units, we'll go ahead and put in, say, white. Accent color, I don't know, blue. It's hard to see at nighttime. I think it should probably brighten it up at nighttime. Let's see. Dark red is the secondary color? No, black. Black is red and black. So I usually put all my stuff in 3 basic colors, red, gold, and black. And I try to mix and match those. I kind of feel like black might be a better thing, and then red is the secondary color. Again, this is just so you can go in and customize your vehicles. And you can customize them for different reasons. Like the red one is for collecting ore. The blue one is for scanning and all of that cool stuff that we can do. Now, to do more of this stuff, to unlock more of this, we need to go to our Galactic Hub to unlock all of that stuff. So let's go ahead and head up to the space station. Now, I've added a teleporter to the base, so it makes it easy for me to jump up to the space station. Now, we're in our 20th system here, but actually we've been to more than 20 systems, but it's my 20th named system. And we went looking for a new paradise planet because the first one that I did actually ended up off on another world, on a toxic world that I didn't want to be on. And so we went on a search for another paradise planet. We found that paradise planet. I used the thing to find a settlement, and I found a settlement that actually is losing money, which is not good. But I would like to build it back up to a point in which it would gain money. But again, I'm not really sure how the game mechanics work, if it can be saved. Is it like a dead... Am I going to go and put all this effort into it, and then it's like a dead settlement, and I can never... like restore the settlement to its full glory? I don't know, because I haven't been getting any settlement quests, so it makes me nervous when the game is not saying, hey, look, here's some things you can do on your settlements, right? You can talk to this guy, you can do this, you can do that, but we're just going to assume it's going to be okay, and we're going to work on a bunch of other stuff, and then hopefully it'll just like pop in and give me some quests, and so I can show you the settlement quests and stuff like that. But if you have some suggestions or ideas or anything like that, you let me know in the chat. What's up, Domini Games? Thanks for hanging out. Congrats on level 50 as well. Now, right outside here, you're going to see this thing called the Anomaly. Now, I've called the Anomaly forth so that I can go up here and I can unlock things with my salvage and then also my nanotites. And so we're going to get nanotite production. I'm going to show you how to make your own nanotites infinitely. And then also how to work on your salvage data, get yourself a paradise planet. You always want to be looking for those because you can infinitely go and collect those because the planet is a very big place. It's a very big place where you get tons of stuff. And you're like, well, Kismet, why don't you see anybody else in your game right here? That's because I'm playing a solo playthrough right now. And if I can switch on multiplayer and you can see other people. You'll see a ton of people all of a sudden appear here in the Nexus. And you can interact with them, go on group missions and all of that stuff. But I feel whenever I'm playing through the game or I'm still unlocking a bunch of stuff, that I typically will play in a solo form. All right, now that's actually not what we want. We want this right over here, which is our construction research station. Now we got a lot of stuff to unlock. We got 46 salvage data, but right now we're going to start with our vehicles. Do you know that I've never done the mech right here? I've never done it. I've done all these other ones before, and I've unlocked a lot of stuff before. But we're going to try to unlock all of this. So Exocraft summoning station. That's pretty nice. And over here we got orbital Exocraft materializer. So it'll actually grab it from elsewhere and bring it and put it there, which is cool. But we're just going to go ahead and unlock all of these. The Nomad, the mech there, the underwater sub bay, and then also the Pilgrim. And we're going to work on all of those. And those need different resources and whatnot. Like this needs salt and crystal sulfine. That'll be a little tougher. I'm not going to do any underwater bases, but we'll get it unlocked for now. In fact, we'll try to unlock as much as we can here. And we're just going to go and basically unlock as much as we can. And I'll show you what order I would unlock it. Your vehicles, I find, are somewhat useful, but they really become way more useful if you actually purchase a bunch of upgrades and install those upgrades in there. So if you go over here to this guy, this is your Exocraft research guy. And so what he's going to do is have a bunch of upgrades for your various different machines, right? Like they've got resistance to different environments here. You got signal boosters, which allow you to scan for cool stuff. You've got different beams down here, which are weapons and whatnot. But these are subterranean weapons here for your submarine, which I've never made before. We'll get into that at some point. I know I've played through for hundreds of hours and have never got that going on. But there's also the precision Minotaur laser, the Minotaur cannon, which is a weapon, and then a digging laser as well. So you've got your mining laser, a digging laser, and a mounted weapon, which we want to unlock. Now this is through nanotite clusters over here, right? But the one thing I suggest that you want to unlock a lot of is your Exocraft acceleration module. You definitely want to get that going early, because you want to get that going. And look, and I've got all of the materials that I could do to make that happen. We've also got another one here, which is the solar recharge unit. So it'll actually recharge itself. We've got to get some storm crystals for that. But you get the idea. Over here, we got the Minotaur's thruster system, which I've already got unlocked. Environmental control, I've already got unlocked. And then down here, self-greening servos. And these servos will basically reduce the amount of fuel that you're using. And again, we need acid, we need all that stuff. Now, when you're trying to do like acid, you can try to find it at vendors and buy it from the vendors, or buy it from like space travelers. But you can also go ahead and learn how to do those things by going over here to the various different recipes, right? So if we need a certain recipe of, say, acid, well, guess what? We already know how to do acid. We need mortarite and fungal mold. Now, a lot of these different plants I should be planting right now and learning how to unlock and actually farming those plants so that they can be used to make acid and used to make different elements that are going to help us make different items in the game. So these need to be unlocked as well. So you need to unlock a lot of nanotite clusters and a lot of salvage data to get all this stuff unlocked. Now you can also do it by playing it through the game, and I've done that in previous playthroughs, where instead of coming here to the Nexus, which is kind of like, hey, I've already played the game before and I don't really want to do all the quests, I would rather just come up here and unlock it here and play it that way. There is multiple ways of getting the same thing in the game. But in this particular playthrough, we're just going to show you how to make tons and tons of that and get into it. So let's go ahead and head back to our base. Now, instead of me running all the way back and doing all of that, what I can do is I can use the portal here. This is a big portal, too. This is an interstellar portal. There's actually some featured items you can go to as well. Oh, there's no featured on there right now. There's usually some featured bases that are in the universe that you can go check out as well. But I'm just going to go to my base. Now, I'm going to go to Tycoon HQ Red. If I can find it right here. This is my newest base. So let's go get that going on. Let's get it going on. Now, again, this game has risen to a truly phenomenal game. And just by lurking in my channel, you guys are going to get tons of loot. Now, while we're teleporting everybody, I think it's time. And thank you very much for the host, Ginny. Appreciate that. I think it's time to start a battle. Let's go. To battle! All right, it's battle time, everybody. We already got that green chest last time. We're going to start with a hard one here. And whenever we do a hard one, I'm going to go ahead and call out the big guns. And that is the Wasteland Tycoon right here. And I've been feeling pretty good from this right side to run right into these guys. This looks like the bulk of them right here. Maybe right here on the high side. We can group up, push down into them, and bring in a win. Let's go. Okay, so we got that going. Let's get some more of our vehicles in. Now, these are two of the primary vehicles I typically will use. One of my favorites actually is the smaller one, which is the Nomad, because once you build up this Nomad here, This thing jams, man. It goes really, really fast. That's why it's one of my favorites. Look at this. We got some new upgrades. We got some new upgrades we could do right here. The Exocraft acceleration module. You just click these if you have the resources, and there we go. Now here's the thing you want to do. You want to take this, you hit E, and you move that together with other items. Now if it can pair with another item, you'll see it light up, much like you'll see here in my exosuit. Is that when you have these things together, they will group up with each other. Same thing here with the protections and whatnot. If you got life support, these two are connected together. You get the general idea. The more you can connect all of these together, the more that they help you and boost your things. Like this gives me better jetpacks and all of that stuff. This allows me to grab hazard items and so on, more thermal protection and so on. We'll get into more into that later on. So there we go. So we installed that baby. That thing is ready to rock. I'm going to keep my character on the settlers one because, man, I investigated the plan thing, construct your overseer's office, constructed your first new building. And then again, I should be able to direct the construction of buildings, resolve disputes, and then a well-managed settlement will produce plenty of materials enough that successful overseer may claim surplus resources each day. Now, this is not producing any resources that I think no right now. Again, see the current status is in debt. Clear debts to restore production. Now, this has an infinite debt. How am I going to clear the debt of this particular one? I think that's just told me that what the problem is. So there's no way for me to clear the debt. How do I clear the debt of a dead settlement? I don't know. The settlement's a B settlement, though. So it did go up. I think it was a C originally, right? Was it a C originally when we got it? So, I don't know. Maybe over time, the settlement will rise to an A and then to an S, and then start to basically get better cash. Now, it would be a bummer if I spent all this time and effort, did all of this, and then realized that my settlement is not useful. Now, what I could have done, I just thought of it right now, is that if I got a bad settlement, I could have reloaded the game and then tried to do it again and see if the settlement was then making profit. But again, I would think that it would come up and say, hey, do you want to get this thing that will help boost your settlement or help your settlement? But it does say reduce debt by constructing buildings and investing in the settlement features to increase production and reduce maintenance costs. But the settlement is in debt. Clear debts to restore production. I think it's saying that restore production of your excess items, right? So again, I'm going to give it a go. We spent all this time and effort. Let's hope it works out and it will do it. Now, if you know, you go ahead and let me know in the chat. If you know all about settlements, you're like, Kismet, that ain't ever going to be profitable. We're going to go ahead and name this now too. See, once you name something, then you know you're really attachment. Tycoon 001 settlement. Now, I think they should let you have multiple settlements because I think that would be amazing that you have a settlement here and on another world and on other planets, and then you're micromanaging multiple settlements. That would be amazing. But right now, you can only manage one settlement, and such is how it goes. Okay, so we got that one in. Now, let's go ahead and, again, work on our next one. I think the next most useful one is this one. We need 2 ion batteries and a couple more plates here. So let's go ahead, go to my exosuit, and let's just make 10 of those. And you know what? Let's just make 10 of those as well, because I feel like we're going to need a bunch of those. Okay. And then our Nomad Bay. All right, here we go. Look how small it is compared to compared to the big monster ship here. Again, there's a lot of cool stuff in this game you can unlock. I'm a builder, everybody. I love to build stuff. I like to have one of everything. You know what I mean? I know a lot of you do. And let's see. We got our roamer. We got our thing. We got our pilgrim. Our pilgrim is like a motorcycle, which is also very cool for running around. And let's get that in there. And again, when you have a tremendous amount of resources like me, and I'm going to really show you that I'm way on top of it, everybody. You'll see here in a minute. I'll go make $215 million like it's nothing. And that's why they call me the Space Tycoon, because I do rock it. Now, this will be the first time I actually did the Minotaur Geobay, which is your mech that you can do. And I have not gotten around to it yet because I'm a busy guy, everybody. I know you're like, Kismet, that came out a while ago, bro. I know. I haven't even done living ships or nothing. I know. I only have so much time. I try to, these are like bonus streams I'm working in, everybody. I'm doing like 15 streams in a week. It's not easy. It's not easy. I got other stuff to do too behind the scenes. And there it is. That is freaking cool. All right. Now let's take them one at a time. Now, oh wait, let's see if there's anything else. The Nautilus Chamber, that is for underwater, so I'm not going to put that one down, obviously. But let's take them all out for a drive and get a little idea for it. Let's go ahead and switch to the Nomad. Now, what it does is it switches your primary craft. Now you're going to see its inventory. It has an acceleration module already built in. You can see that there's no other technology to install other than different suspension. For like grip and high slide, and then also drift if you want to do that, like if you're making racetracks and you want to do drift or whatever. But this one's great, so you can just keep going, and then you can boost it out. Now, one of the problems with a boost on this is it's very, very limited, and so as you upgrade it, you'll get more and more boost. Now, my favorite thing to do on this one, and especially want to build these up with a bunch of boosts that you can buy at the station. We'll go look at that at the space station. But you get up here to the top like this. You find yourself a good little launching spot. Then you go full speed and then you boost off the top. Whoop, whoop. Ba-bam. Whoop, whoop. You have a little fun buzzing around. Now, this one's great for buzzing around. It's much faster than the other ones. It's also like a hovercraft, so it does hover over stuff. We'll put that one right back. You get the general idea. Now, this one's the cool motorcycle-like one. And we'll go ahead and see what it's got. It's got its acceleration module. Again, we don't have any other items to install yet. There's a lot of various different things you can unlock for that, and a lot of modules you can add to it. You want to, of course, upgrade it as much as you possibly can, because then it's going to be way faster. Again, one of the biggest problems with these is they're pretty slow. At least they feel slow when you first get them. And you got your little rocket booster. Does help you, but you definitely need to mod these out. And to mod these out, you're going to need nanotites, you're going to need salvage modules, you're going to need all of those things, and I'm going to show you how to get an infinite amount of those today on stream. So that one's also very fun. Now, I've never got in the mech before, and we're going to get into it right now and see what it's all about. Let's go. Oh, look out! How do I work this thing? Oh, the top part can spin separate from the other part. So I can walk one way and look the other way. Okay, now I feel like you got to do the Q thing here. Maybe does it have a mining laser? Let's see what it's got. It's got an environmental control unit. It's got a Minotaur thruster system. No technology to install yet. We've got our engine and environmental control. So we got to unlock our ability to do the mining laser and all that other stuff in there. That is freaking cool. Now, what happens if we run into something? A little awkward in the way that it walks. I think this would be something I would add, like... oh, yeah. This would be something I would add, like, yeah, I got no boost to it. I would add weapons, too. I'd weaponize this sucker. And then when, like, the Sentinels came along, I would just absolutely annihilate them with it. That is freaking awesome. If you're a big mech fan like I am, and you're like, Kismet, you don't play too many mech games. Well, I used to a long time ago. I actually been to some places in which you can actually sit down in, like, a big... It's kind of like a booth, like one of those booths you sit down and get pictures, right? You know, you're at wherever, the fair or whatever, and you sit in there and you get a picture, or the mall. They have a thing like that, but you play the mech. And so you're doing this with the thing, and you're making the mech walk and all of that back in the day. That was like $40 an hour, everybody. I know. We used to play and spend a lot of money on the old school mech games. And I'd bring my full crew down there, and I'd pay for everybody, and we'd have a great old time playing some mech games. I like the games where you work together. I don't like to fight each other. I like to everybody who's on my team is working together against either AI or another group of thieves, which is way more fun, I think. So I'm just a bit of a stickler, though, so I've got to recalibrate a bit of this. So again, let's try this one in red with maybe some black accents. Oh, let's try the reverse. Black with red. Oh, much better. All right, save changes. Yes, you got to know that it's mine. I got to know that it's mine, everybody. And then over here, same thing. Let's go ahead. Let's do the same thing. Red with red and a little bit of orange and a little gold. Maybe gold here. And then red here. Now, this should be black. This should be red. And this is kind of a yellow. Yeah, we'll go with that. I think I like that. Cool. Cool. All right, that's looking good. Now, again, we can also find also when you go in to adjust them that it will also kind of snap them into place, as you see, when you go to adjust them like that. So it does the same thing as the calling it does. You just try to change the color of it, and we'll do that. And again, I think this one's going to be black with red. Yeah, there we go. And then right to click to exit. Then we'll ask you to save. And there we go. We've got a nice lineup of vehicles here. Let's get over here. Let's go ahead and get this one recalibrated. I'm thinking black with red again. Yes, all right. That's those are nice and synced up. Same thing here. We'll act like we're going to recalibrate it, but we'll right-click out, and that should be synced up. All right, we got all of our vehicles except what we need to get them geared up, right? We need to get them going. And a lot of the stuff that we want to do is really helpful here in the open world, in a paradise planet, because I don't need a roof. I don't have to worry about the weather. The only thing I really need to worry about typically is my oxygen. You'll notice that my oxygen, when I'm standing still, does not run out. When I'm running, you'll see it runs down in there, but it takes time for it to run down and all of that, time for me to have to add more of that oxygen to my life support. But what we want to do is just start converting a ton of stuff, right? We want to start converting and getting our converters out here. So let's find out where those have gone. Okay, right here. We've got our large refiners. And so we've taken a bunch of large refiners out. Now, where I'd want my large refiners is in a spot where it's really easy for me to micromanage them. So we're going to go ahead and... Where's my snap rotate? Give me a snap rotate. I'm going to go ahead and put them here. Now, I'm going to see if they've done the same thing they did before. And that's where when you put two of them down, it's almost like they connect to each other. See how it's got like that little thing at the end? It's almost like they actually connect to each other. Like that. Now, usually you can only have two of them next to each other. There we go. See how it turns orange? I don't know why they added that limitation, because I would want to put about 12 of them in a row. But you have to offset it a certain distance. We'll actually count how many of these things. So you got to go like this. And I don't know why they changed that. I don't remember it being that way in the early game. But look at that. Look how far away those have to be from each other. It's really awkward, because if you're going to convert stuff, you would want to have a lot of room. Now, oh, what the heck? Oh, I need the components on that one. I need more microprocessors. Let's make some more microprocessors. In fact, let's make a bunch of them. Need 11 of them. There we go. You get the general idea. So, once I move this away, I can now go ahead and add two of these together. Again, it looks like it's almost like they plug into each other. Okay, I don't know if that's really a thing. Is that a thing, everybody, that they plug into each other? I don't know why you would want to have one plug into the other one or whatnot. Maybe that was like a thing they were going to do and they never ended up doing it. So here's the trick. So you got these ones here. But what you really want to do is use those in conjunction with your medium ones, right? Now I'm going to do the same thing. Act like I'm just like connecting that in there like that. And then so we'll put our medium ones in. Now I'm actually going to move my character out here. Let me switch back over to my medium one. There we go. And I'm going to go to the fly computer, or the fly camera, which is one of my favorite parts of the building in No Man's Sky. I love the fly camera. And so we'll do one, we'll do two. And again, it would be great if this thing had a grid snap. Of all the things they should have added, a grid snap would have been awesome. Because it actually has free placement, but there's no snapping to other pieces. There's no snapping along a grid. Right now, there's like, this is free placement, but it's already free placement. See, that's snap enabled, but it's not really snapping to anything. So you got to do 3 over there, and then move away from it over here, and then do your 3 more over here. I got to make some more dehydrogen jelly. Make about 10 of those. And so I have to offset my items, and I just don't understand why they have to offset them like this. I don't know. It's awkward, and it requires me to have to run all the way down here for really no reason, but that's just me. And the same thing on my ship. You have to have this big offset of where you have your converters. I'm not sure why, but there we go. Now, the big converters, the large refiners, are actually for... Okay, it's time to stream, everybody. It's actually for 3 items. You can see 1, 2, and 3 items here, where the other one, you could probably guess, is only 2 items, right? So 1 up here, and then 1 behind my big fat head here, right here. Definitely when I go to put materials in there, I'm going to have to slide over and then show you what the materials are. You guys remind me if I'm blocking it over there. But you get the idea. So now we've got the ability to refine stuff, right? And that's definitely what we want to do. We have access to our things here. I kind of feel like maybe I want to just put these down here now. Let's go over here. And we're going to hit Z. And they've revamped a lot of this, everybody. And they've done a really good job, I think, of revamping the way that the building works. I like it a lot. They still should have a grid that you lock upon. So it just makes it easier. And then we're going to go over here and we're going to put our storage containers down at the ground level. Now, the reason why you'd want this at the ground level is so that you could go and you could basically access these for a specific reason. And I'll show you. So you hit E now to change. So that's now going to be number 1 because the other one was 0. This is number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we got a problem of it's going to run out, but I really have infinite space, or 1,000 in that direction. But I'm just going to go ahead and offset these other ones. And that's because these last ones here are usually, I use these last couple as my, hey, I ain't ever going to touch that stuff. If you know what I mean. Like, I ain't going to get around to using that stuff for a really, really long time, so I'm going to stick it in the very last of my things. Because when you go to grab the stuff, and this is another thing I wish they would improve, is that when you go to transfer something, you get this, come on, you get this really small window. This small window sucks. Because what happens is, look how many little dots I have there at the bottom, everybody. Look how many screens that I have, right? And then if I just go here, look how many screens I have in my storage. It's a lot of screens. And it's only 2 lines. Oh, I got some storm crystal in there. It's only 2 lines. So what it would be better is that when I hit X, is it just comes up right here. Look, this is not even doing anything. This just says equipment over here. Why don't I have a full-size transfer items window right over here? Just take this window and put it right there. It's really redundant. And you have to go through and say I take something out, right? Like say a Gek relic. I take that out, and now I want to get something else. Well, guess what? Bam! I start all the way at the same spot. I didn't remember where I was at. So I have to scroll through the whole entire thing again, which is really annoying. So the way to get around that is to have your things where you can actually go to that individual item, and you can go ahead and go to it. Well, the problem is if you don't have any power, well, guess what? You ain't going to be able to go into that particular thing. But I'm going to tell you some good news. You can actually add some power, and we're going to go over here. And I love these panels. This part right here, they did a phenomenal job of it. I love these solar panels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some solar panels that are just going to be for my units here. So I'm going to assume that it's 1 per, right, is how much power we need. But that's okay. If we have excess power, that's what it's all about. Because that's what we want in the long run, is that excess power. Now, I don't know if I put these attached to the top of these, will they automatically power these up? I don't know. I guess we'll find out when the sun comes up. Well, wait. We need more metal plating. I find the number one thing that you're making a tremendous amount of, by the way, is metal plating. If you're going to make metal plating, make it in your cargo slot. Let me show you why. Normally, you can make 10 of them in a single stack. But if you do it in your cargo, guess what? You can do 20 of them in a single stack. So it just makes it a little easier on you when you're going to build stuff. You're welcome. And so let's see when the sun comes up, does this automatically grab that sun and power up all of our things? I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll wait for the sun to rise and see. And then we'll be able to access each individual one. You can also name your storages now, which is pretty cool. If you go up to your freighter, by the way, and you are on your freighter, you can flip between the different things. And yes, you get a big old ship like this, and you can send out a bunch of other stuff. I have 25 different smaller ships, which are called frigates. This is called your freighter here, which is your large ship. And then you have a bunch of frigates, which are smaller ships, and they're like combat ships or salvage ships, or not salvage ships, but exploration ships. What else they got? They got a bunch of other stuff, which we'll check out as well. This game is very deep, everybody. There's a lot of stuff you can do, and it doesn't have to be too hard. It doesn't have to be super complex. But let's go ahead and switch to our Exocraft here. And we can use our Exocraft as a storage area as we get a bit closer here. You can see I can get closer and now access it. Now, one of the things you can add to your vehicles, like I've added to my starship here, is the teleport technology. And what it does, it makes it so you can be further away from your ship and be able to grab resources out of it. Like you saw that if I go too far away from this vehicle over here, that now it doesn't allow me to access it, right? And let's look at my starship. I can access the stuff now, and I can go way over here. And I can look at my starship, and I'm just a bit out of range. But let's go ahead and move in. I'll show you where that maximum range is, right there. Okay. Right about there, and now I can grab stuff even though I'm way further away from my ship. So that's a really good upgrade for your ship to get very early. So you can access stuff without having to bring your ship right next to you, though you can very easily just pull your ship to you at any time. Now, let's get into a little bit of converting. Now, one of the great things about these converters versus the converters that you can get one for your backpack as well, by the way, which is really cool. Which I'm not sure if I've installed that yet. What do we got? Aqua membrane and then shield lattice. Do you already have that installed? Apparently not. All right, let's put our shield lattice in. I remember unlocking that. There we go. Shield lattice installed. Let's see. Increases the base capacity of your hazard protection system, allowing the user to spend longer in hazard environments. Oh, okay. So we have something that has to do with our hazards over here, right? And then if you also look in here, I have some other things here, some defense systems and whatnot, and some, look at this, illegal life support upgrade right there. So what we want to do is take some things out of here. I usually take the kind of random stuff and put it here at the bottom. Things that don't kind of couple with other things, I put them at the bottom here. And then like this one here is a life support upgrade. So we go and take this and we look for our life supports. Now look at that. Now 3 of these are being coupled together. And so really what you want to do is try to put these in a square, much like I have this, right? Now we also have our shield lattice here. Again, it has to do with our hazard protection. So we're going to move that over here. We've got our hazard protection here. Let's go ahead and say, you can't swap them. That's one of the things you can't do it. Just move that over. This here, these together. This one here, shield lattice there. This one maybe here. No, this one there. This one there. This one there. Now, look at this. Look how all of these are basically getting a connection. Except for this one right here, which is a backup air circulator, which has to do with my underwater oxygen upgrade, right? And this goes along with the aeration membrane, which I don't think I have installed yet, which is this right here. Boom. And let's go. We've got tons of resources for all of this. Oh, we don't have any copper. That's not true. That is so not true to an insane degree, everybody. Watch this. Boom. Where is my copper at? Did I sell all my copper? No way. I think I actually got rid of my copper. No, there it is right there. I got so much copper, everybody. That just makes me laugh when it does stuff like that. And you'll see why here in a minute. All right, we'll click on it. We'll finish it up with the copper. There we go. Very nice. Okay, so we've got that installed. Now, we want to go ahead and find a good spot where this thing... Now, see how the way you put these together, it starts getting really awkward in the way that you have to configure your stuff. Well, guess what? You can come over here, again, in your regular inventory, and you can kind of combine these in your regular inventory. So one of the things, probably my biggest suggestion in the very beginning of the game, is you start with a lot of these in your actual inventory. So it's taking up an inventory space, right, in your inventory itself. And so what you want to do is immediately take these and put these in here by hitting E, and put those into your technology slots, which of course frees up your inventory spots, which are your more precious of all of your spots. Now I'm going to move this one over here, and you're like, Kismet, I can't believe you got $1 billion, but you haven't upgraded your entire inventory. We'll get around to it. We'll get around to it maybe today. Today will be the day. Now see stuff like this, storage augmentation, that is actually for my ship. And so I could go, okay, I want to add some upgrade to my ship here. So I can go ahead and take this up to the space station and use it up there. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that. Oh, wait a minute. Look how much resources we have on our ship. Our ship's full, too. Now, one of the things that I like to do is consolidate all of my resources. So what I will do is just kind of consolidate all of this into the storage container if I can. Those actually are used for that. I've got a bunch of gold there that I can consolidate. Cobalt is full now. This is for tritium. Let's go ahead and take that out. There we go. Gold nuggets, that's for gold. We can take that out. And again, we try to consolidate it all into our canisters. Now, if we can't consolidate it in there, that's telling us that our container there is getting very, very full. And I can't combine it with the other stacks that are in there, right? Again, notice how I'm moving it up. That tells me that I've already done that thing. Look at that, what I can combine. Antimatter. Our housings here. We're using this to bounce around the universe. Let's just go ahead and convert these into warp cells. Let's make one more antimatter and one more warp cell. Take our warp cells, put it into there, and there we go. Now we're fully regen, and we try again. Now look at all these upgrades. Again, I have a bunch of upgrades here. I have a bunch of upgrades up here for my ship. And I keep them at the bottom because when you're getting stuff, it populates from the left to the right, which is the American thing, right? It populates from left to right. And we could go, because we have $1 billion, I could go and open up every single slot on this thing. And if you notice, it doesn't really have that big upgrade, just some basic drives and stuff like that, but not really a lot. And the reason why is because I don't ever upgrade anything until I at least have an S-Class. I do have an exotic, by the way, that we have unlocked and didn't ship up. We could use that one as well. But I actually like the fighter of best of most of the stuff that I do. I normally am like a space trucker. I'll go and get the big space vehicle that I can truck stuff back and forth. But because I am really industrial manufacturing and extracting, which works when you're not online, that is way better than me going around and collecting resources via my ship. And I'll show you that in here in a bit. What's up, Childish? How you doing? Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate you coming in the channel. Let me catch up on chat a little bit here. Hi, Kismet. There is no bad settlements. This is what you decide to get them. Decide you get the debt down quicker or slower. Hint happiness is one of that gets it up. Okay. Thank you for the drops. You're welcome, Leswear. I made this bonus stream just so you guys can get drops. That's why I'm here. This is what this stream is about. I actually started 3 hours early today just to get you drops here at No Man's Sky. I'm gonna do 15 streams in a week, everybody. By the way, I'm recording about 2 to 3 terabytes worth of streams this week. I had to get rid of. I already processed all my streams from earlier in the week, or there'd be no way. I'd run out of space. I record about 200 to 300 gigs every single day. I know it's pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy. Hey, what's up, Ems? How you doing? Hi, Kismet in chat. Hello. Great to see you. Preach it, Space Tycoon. Exactly. I'm going to show you how I make my billions, trillions, and infinite funds here, as well as I'm going to show you how to make infinite nanotites as well. There's many different ways of doing the same thing. Whatever you like doing, then that's the right way to do it. Whatever you find enjoyable in the game is going to motivate you to do it more, right? So there you go. Hello, I checked Twitch for No Man's Sky. I'm planning on to get the game on PS4. Is this game still worth it in 2021? I feel like this game is more worth it in 2021 than it has ever been worth it. Ever in the history of this game. This game is phenomenal. This game is the game of legend. Where the actual manufacturers, the developers of the game, did not go full scumbag. Which is a rare thing, right? You got a whole bunch of really AAA games coming out, and it's like buying a car without tires. I use that analogy all the time. You go buy the car, and they say, well, we're going to get the tires to you later. And you're like, what the heck, bro? I can't drive a car without any tires. That's how some of these games are coming out, right? With no tires on them. Now, No Man's Sky had a really rough launch. Of course, they had this ambitious vision, but they had like 5 people working on it. You can't build ginormous AAA games with just 5 people. You can make some great games with 5 people, and you've seen Valheim and other games like that with a very small crew. But the scale of this one definitely needed more people. And so instead of going full scumbag, which some companies would, and just say, well, it failed, we're going to move on to our next thing, they've spent the last 5 years of their life, all day, every day, working on this game. And they've had, by the way, it's a correction, they've had 17 updates, 17 free updates, no microtransactions. You pay once to play, and that's all you pay, baby. And this is, see, and they're different than other games. This is how they're super different. When you put in a system in a game, great example, World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft, exceptionally great game in vanilla. And they have all these different systems, like little building blocks that work together, right? Now, it's really hard to add a new system and make that new system work really well with the other systems that are already in the game. And so what most companies do is they go and they cop out. And they go and they make a separate system, and they say, well, you could go off and do this too. It doesn't really work with all this other stuff, but you could go ahead and do this thing, right? That's World of Warcraft's problem. And they've been doing that for a long time, and people get real pissed when they do that. They come out with a system that just sucks, and doesn't work well, and it doesn't work with everything else because they didn't spend the time to really build upon what they've got, build it up in layers so that all the systems interact and work well with each other. But I know a company that did do that, and you're watching me play it right now. That's Hello Games and No Man's Sky. Each system builds upon each other. So when they make a major change to this system, it really upgrades everything else. Like, look at this world that I'm on. Look at this sucker. If you could only see it in the beauty that I can see it, in 4K, it is incredible. It is so incredibly beautiful. Look at the lushness of the ground. Look at how stuff moves when I run through. Right? When I blast stuff now, they've added... Oh, I gotta have the right thing. When I blast stuff, they've added new graphics and upgraded graphics. You can play it on your PS5. You can play it on your Xbox Series X. You can play it in VR. Did they charge you extra for VR like some of these other companies? No. You get that for free. You get that added on there. You got a VR headset? Get it. Oh, man, this thing is great in VR, too. I tell you, I got one of those HTC Vives, man. I played Fallout 4 in that, which is awesome. I played, let's see, I've got an Elite Dangerous with the VR, and also here in No Man's Sky with a VR a long time ago. I got the original one, which sits in a box now, because I have a constant vertigo and stuff like that, so I have to watch out for that. So I can't stand and do it because I just fall. I'll fall over without the VR, everybody. And there we go. Oh, let's see if this is working. It does work. Look, I didn't even know. See, I never tried that before where I put my solar on top of it. Now, I have played for hundreds of hours. I have played since the very first update. I did not buy it on launch because it had such negative reviews. And by the way, we'll do that battle here in just a second. I did not play it on launch, but after the first update, the Founders update, I did start to play the game, and I played it with some of my community members and really liked it. I thought the overall concept of the game was great, and it just needed a bit of love, so I would check back on it, you know, after each update, and they added building, and they added all sorts of cool stuff to the game, and they just did nothing but just put every other game company to shame. And they have just now, just this month, right, within the last couple months, risen back from mostly negative in their start over 5 years ago, and have risen to mostly positive now today. And that is a Cinderella story if you've ever heard it, everybody. Someone who didn't go to the scummy direction that a lot of game companies do. Oh, well, are things broken? Oh, well. I guess we'll move on to another project, and now you got this broken game that you bought for 50, 60 bucks, right? But no, they didn't do that. They said, you know what, we're going to do right by our people, and we're going to show them that our No Man's Sky is one of the best games in the world, and it absolutely is. It's a 10 out of 10, a 10 plus. You should snatch this sucker up. I'm telling you. And if you can get it on your Xbox Live, or what is it, Game Pass, or whatever the Sony thing is. I always forget what the name of their thing is. If you can get it on that, all the better, but snatch it up. If you like space games, if you like collecting ore and building stuff, and you're here in the Space Tycoon, so I'm going to tell you some tricks on how to be crazy rich, right? Oh, look out! A gamer bum coming in with the awesome Ray. Whoa! Look at that, blowing it up. Thank you very much for bringing your awesome community into mine. Welcome, everybody. My name's Kismet. I'm a partner streamer here on Twitch. I am playing some No Man's Sky, one of my favorite games now of all time. So come on in. How you guys doing? Feel free to say hello in the chat. There you go. Best game I bought? Absolutely. Do you know that actually I was gifted this? I just remembered that. I was gifted this by Big JP. He said, Kismet, you should check it out. This Frontier thing, or this Foundations update is pretty good. And so I checked it out, and I did enjoy it. And I played through the game 40 times, everybody. Easy. I've gone through the storyline multiple times before they updated it, after they've updated the storyline. Much better now. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but it's got a decent storyline. It's kind of cool, and there's different things to it that I don't want to reveal. But take your time. Don't be in such a hurry to burn yourself out on a game. I always just play it very passively and come back to it. I like that, where I can get in the game, set up a bunch of stuff, pop out, take care of my real life, come back, and then I've got a bunch of ore and stuff like that. Thank you very much for the love on the Kismet Love Train. Scriptled giving out some love, becoming one of our Love Train conductors, giving out the Sleeper TV, getting a free gifted sub today. Congrats to you. So there you go. And again, thanks for coming in, everybody. Feel free to put your feet up, hit that follow button, relax, take it easy. We're going to have some fun playing the game today. Now, I own PS4. I own Xbox One X, right? I don't own the new ones. You know why? One, you can't get them, and two, they're crazily overpriced. You watch about a year or two, they'll be like that because they'll saturate the market and the price of them will start to go down. And plus, they'll come out with like PS5 version 2.1, right? I don't like to beta test the first generation of any console or any computer or anything anymore. I very rarely beta test anything. It has to be really worth my time for me to alpha or beta test your game or your item or your electronic piece or whatever it is. I don't have enough time. I got a lot of stuff going on. Look at this. Check out this schedule, everybody. This is probably one of my most dense schedules I've ever done. Look at this right here. That's 10 streams in a week. And I added a bonus stream on Thursday. That's 11. And then another one yesterday on Friday. That's 12. And then today, Saturday, that's 13. And then I'm going to add another one tomorrow for No Man's Sky, which is 14. Plus, we're going to check out Icarus, which is a cool survival game. We're going to try that out around 1 o'clock. Maybe I'll go a little bit into that one, maybe 1:30, just so I can make sure that you guys get all your No Man's Sky drops. So you just lurk here in the channel. You have to do nothing. You're going to lurk in the channel. You can be follow or not follow. You could be a subscriber or not subscriber. And you just lurk here in my channel. I specifically have made this stream just so you guys get the loot. And I literally give away thousands of dollars worth of free stuff. Go check those sponsors down there. Those are not small sponsors, bro. I'm talking Bethesda, I'm talking Elgato, I'm talking Blue Yeti, and a lot of my other sponsors who are just so wonderful to support the dreams of a 50-year-old disabled man. So let's go ahead and do a battle. You guys are very patient. I'm going to give you 1,000 Kiss Cats just for being patient on that battle. Maybe you'll win some future giveaway as well. There we go. Let's go. To battle! All right. Now, we call this the Mega Stream for a reason, is we are doing typically a bunch of stuff at the same time. Like, we're playing a little side game here with the chat. And this game is awesome. It is called Stream Raiders. It's very fun. All the people on the side there are my peeps in the chat. And what we're going to do is do some battles. Now, you can actually win some real-life loot sometimes by playing these battles. Like in the previous event, this is a new event here, but in the previous event, you could have won a computer. Someone's going to win it in 2 days. If you were here, you could have won that computer maybe. We'll see. It's not from me. It's from them directly, Captain.tv, who make the game Stream Raiders. They also make another one called Stream Pirates. We play that one from time to time as well. And as you can see, it's very sports-oriented here on this particular event. They have really great events, too. And custom skins. You can see over there, I have my real-life Corgi, who is a flying rogue. You can see him throwing that knife and running around. We're trying to get Saltbot unlocked. And I usually do battles like crazy. When we do events, you'll see me go and do bonus streams, which are called battle modes. That's where I go ahead and just run battles all day long so you guys can get maximum loot. We actually unlocked the most incredible one last time. We unlocked Tier 45, which is the highest level of all the badges that you can unlock. That was a lot of battles. That was like 16, 17 hours of battles every single day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for 3 weeks in a row. I know. We're going to start doing it this Tuesday as well and keep going. Let's see. Eric, John Night Owl. Now, of course, you get these scrolls. These scrolls allow you to upgrade your units. So look at that. Those guys got a few extra scrolls. And then taking Gnomes Gaming, coming in MVP with the 10 assists, carrying the team there. And as you can see, we're working our way across the board here to try to get to the boss. So let's go this one down here to the south. And let's see how we do on this one. And again, I think right here in the center so we can run through the middle. Try to get those. What am I going to do here? Now, I'm trying to upgrade my units. I am almost to the point where I have the ultimate team here. Where I upgrade a bunch of these to level 30. Now, I've done a lot of battles. As you can see, I have 724 boss wins. That means that usually you have at least 10 battles to get to the boss. So that means if you take that number, 724, you times it times 10. That means we've done over 7,000 battles here in my stream. 7,000. Probably more because some of those we've lost by 1 or 2 units. So make sure you put down as many units as you can. And you're like, well, Kismet, how much does this game cost? It don't cost nothing. It's free. That's right. Free both mobile and desktop. So you just go ahead and click that link right there in the chat. You find me, a Captain Kismet. You go ahead and add some units in here. Every unit makes a difference. I'm telling you. I've seen it come down to just a few units each and every time, whether we win or sometimes lose, right? But we win a lot. And they also have other things you can do. You can go into the store here. You can go to your scrolls because you earn gold up here in the upper right. I got about 5,000 right now. And then you buy scrolls to upgrade your units. Like right here, I can upgrade my Berserker and my Bomber right there. And then also you have various different quests you're doing, like kill some ranked units. And this is the ultimate one right here. Look at this. Look at this ultimate quest. I'm almost there, everybody. I have 12 of 15 units at max level, which is level 30. I've only got to get 3 more, and I have a bunch of them already at level 29 and 28 that are ready to go. We can go ahead and take a look at that here in my armies. You can see that I'm still working on my Berserker, my Bomber, and my Flag Bearer. My Flag Bearer very close, Berserker getting close. And so the more I place these units down, the more scrolls I get. Now, you also have legendary units. Those do not get scrolls when you put them down, but they own big time. And when we're doing a really hard one, good to drop down your epics, which is the ones you can actually make larger. They get real big versions of them. And then, of course, they are stronger, better units. And then you can also use your legendaries to help us bring in those wins, which just helps yourself, right? I'm just here to get you maximum loot, everybody. That's my job. Whether it's real-life loot, whether it's games, or whether it's in Stream Raiders here. I feel like that is part of my purpose here on Twitch, is to hook you guys up as much as I possibly can. right here. And I've literally given away thousands and thousands of dollars worth of free stuff over the years. In fact, my accountant every year goes, what the heck are you doing? I said, this is not for profit, bro. This ain't for profit. I put every penny right back in. And a whole lot of my pennies and my wife's pennies, because she thinks I'm crazy, everybody. But I do what I love to do. That's what I get to do at 51 years old, right? I'm partially disabled. I have sleep apnea and a constant vertigo, a constant dizziness that I have to deal with every single day. So I could lay in the bed, make just as much as I make doing this. But you know what happens when you give up and you lay in the bed and you say, you know what, I'm just going to coast for the rest of my life? Nothing. That's what happens. Nothing happens in your life. So what I did is I got out of that bed. I worked very hard. I lost 50 pounds. I spent 2 years here on Twitch and I got that partnership. And now I'm taking it to a whole nother level because we taking over Twitch in this channel. We're taking it over. We're taking it over. We're going to rule this baby. We're going to the top. To the very top, everybody. Let's go. Let's do it. Let me see what's up. Is this a multiplayer MMO? It absolutely is, Childish. It is. I have it in single player right now. You can play it single player or you can play it multiplayer. You can go into your settings. Let me find those settings for you. General options, I think it is. Or where is it? I forget. Network. Yes, right here. Here it is. Oh, you can't see it. You're looking at the battle. Hold on. Let me jump over so you can see. I like this name, Old Geezer Lurking with a follow. Thank you very much for coming in. I'm an old geezer myself. I'm 51, everybody. I'm at that age right now that I don't answer to no one. I'm high level in real life, right? A lot of people say, Kismet, you're old or whatever. I said, nah. I'm high level, bro. I've been around. I've been leveling up. I've been going through some stuff, if you know what I mean. I know a lot of you out there are going through some stuff in your life. And if you're having a tough time, you want a little positivity, you want a little bit of love in your day, you know where to go. Right here. You come in here, chill out. We appreciate you. We appreciate you coming in the channel. We're going to show you lots of love, whether you're just lurking. You're like, Kismet, I like to lurk. I'm eating my dinner. I'm just, hanging out. I'm doing my homework. Whatever you're doing, you can come in and hang out, or you can say hi in the chat. And people will actually say hi back to you, including me. I appreciate you being here for sure. I thank you, Proto-Man, as well. Thank you for coming in, showing some love. Oh, maybe I could turn my follow alerts on. I've been getting spammed with a bunch of spammers have been spamming me with follows, so sometimes I have to turn my follow alerts off. But let me go ahead and people, I mean, they have such talent. Obviously, they figured out how to do that. You would think they would use those talents for the better of everybody. I mean, that's what really bums me out when people are like hackers and things like that. Why not use your amazing talent that apparently you have for the good of world instead of, trying to do negative stuff? I don't know what it is inside. There must be something inside that they're missing that makes them do that kind of stuff. But watch these cool 3D alerts. I'm also a 3D animator. I've been a graphic designer for 30 years. I've worked for the top companies in the world. I've made more money than people make in a lifetime, and I've spent all that money as well, mostly on doctors. In fact, all of my retirement, my wife's retirement, I spent on doctors, so I didn't die. I'm still alive, but I don't got no money no more, and that's okay. I'm just as happy now with my wife, who I've been with for 28 years. I have 3 beautiful daughters. My oldest daughter is 16, and I have twin daughters who are 13. I'm just as happy now doing what I love to do every single day, not making a dime doing this, than I was making a 6-figure salary in my 20s and 30s. So there you go. That's the weird thing about life, everybody. If you find the place where you're supposed to be in the moment you're supposed to be there, then there is nothing like that in your life. And I hope you find that as well in yours. And if you need a little love, you're having a tough time, again, you know where to go. You come in here, I'll show you some love. So here it is right here. Multiplayer. Now, I have it currently disabled. Now, I can just flip it on in a second, and bam, I'm in multiplayer. I can group up with my friends. We can go ahead and do a bunch of stuff. I can group up with all of you guys, and I'll do that eventually. But I typically like to play solo because I'm one of those people who take forever. I read all the lore. I'm sitting there trying to unlock everything. I try to do that kind of stuff. And what happens is sometimes people, they don't know they're doing it. They're just trying to be nice. But they'll come in and say, Kismet, here, I'm going to give you everything. I'm going to give you all the money. I'm going to give you all the stuff. I unlocked everything. I built all the stuff out. There you go. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, bro. I want to do some of that stuff, right? Great example is Ark. You go into Ark and you play with somebody who's been playing for a very long time. They don't understand that, hey, if the person doesn't feel like a vital part of the team, if they don't feel like they have something to contribute, then they don't want to play that game. So what you'll have is you'll have that everything person. The person will say, I'm going to build all the bases. I'm going to tame all the mobs. I'm going to do the armor. I'm going to do everything. I'll do everything. And then here, I'll give you all the best stuff. And there you go. But then you didn't get to, you don't have to struggle. You don't have any challenge. There's no reason for you to play that game because you basically won the game because your friend just insta won the game for you. I don't like playing that way. I'm old school. I like to earn my way through whatever I do, right? I earn it the hard way, which is putting your love and attention and your hard work into it. So I'm old school that way. But there you go. You will find no more old school gamer than me. You know the very first console I played? It was the very first console, the Magnavox Odyssey in the early 70s. Some of you know what I'm talking about, and some of you have never heard of it once. I am as old school gamer as you can be. I've been calling myself a gamer since before most people were born. And in those days, they would say, you're a gamer? Isn't that for kids? And I'm like, one day it'll become the #1 entertainment in the world. You watch. You watch. I'm telling you, it will. And guess what? Right now is our time, gamers. It's our time. This is our time. It's the #1. More than sports, more than anything else in the world, gaming is #1. So yeah, we rule. We rule the roost now. Ha! Take that, doubters. John Night Owl coming in with the love in the chat. There you go, old geezer. That was for you. Here we go. Look, you're flying like an angel. Another Teamwork Tycoon coming in, hanging out. And look at this, gifted subs coming through from the mighty Rotisserie G. Let's see. Now, this is why you're in my stream, everybody. You're about to get some serious love right now. Whose is it? We got Max getting some love. Pizza Squirrel. What a great name. You're getting a Twisted Cyber Chick. Hey, you got a free sub. Let's see. Diamond getting it. The Pooter getting some love. And Ragnaroks, I think that is, coming in, getting a free gifted sub. Now, you get those epic Kismet emotes. You even get the epic animated Kismet emotes. That's right. You're also getting 3 times the Kiscats just by lurking in the channel. So make sure to be here every minute of this month, because the more you lurk in the channel, the more chance you have of winning tons and tons of giveaways down the road. Now, also, you can go ahead and have 3 times the chance of winning those giveaways just by being a subscriber as well. So, congrats on that. And, of course, we got our awesome Love Train conductor, Rotisserie G, today. Make sure to show him some love. There we go. You guys like my full screen alerts? I don't do what I call little baby alerts. You know, I like you're watching these big streamers, and they got like 10, 50,000 people on their channel, and they do little tiny little baby alerts down in the corner. They're so cute. They're little tiny. I don't do that. I make full screen 3D animated alerts because you guys are the people that I care about the most. You come in, you hang out in my channel, you get a gifted sub, or you're giving out gifted subs, or you subscribe to my channel. That is the most important thing to me. The gameplay is awesome, and we'll get into it. Don't worry about it. But the most important thing to me is you guys, right? Because anybody can play a game, but do they care whether you're there or not? That's the most important thing, I think, in here. And we just learned, by the way, something new, that you can put your solar up there and you can get your boxes going. Now, I talked so long there that I didn't get a chance to put my battery in, which is what I was going to do. And so I didn't put my battery in, so it didn't back up the battery, because that was another thing that I wanted to see, is that would it automatically transfer the power? If I just attach it to the top of this, would it automatically transfer the solar power into the battery? And does it, because all of these are connected to each other, will all of this solar power go into this battery automatically? I don't know. I don't know. I love to try new stuff. That's the thing, right? All of a sudden you think of these things and you're like, what if I just put a battery there and not connect it together? Will it automatically charge it up? Now, we got to wait for the sun to come up again, but we do know that the solar does actually work, and it did power it up. Now, did it power it up because the solar was on each and every one, or did it power it up because it's all interconnected? Or we'll find out. We'll find out when the sun comes up. Again, I love to experiment with stuff like that. Now, let me show you how to make an infinite amount of nanotites. That's right. You're going to be able to unlock every single thing in the game. So the first thing we're going to need is we're going to need certain resources, right? Like right here, I've got some silver. So let's go ahead and throw some silver in that one. Now, it says requested operation unavailable. That's because the silver can't be converted into anything else right now. But there is something else we can put in here that goes along with it. That's all we got of gold. I doubt that. I doubt it. There's more gold there. All right. So we can go ahead and put in our silver and gold. And you can see that we can make some platinum. We can make about 2,802 platinum there. And we're going to start that going. Now, we can just walk away from that and do one of my favorite things, set it and forget it. Now, It just so happens that I have just a teensy bit more hiding in my inventory, usually, unless I used it up, of gold, as you can see. In fact, I have a full stack of 10,000. Now, we're also going to need some more silver, and probably, as you guessed it, that's right, we've also got a massive ton of silver in here. So what we can do is say go to the next one, and then go ahead and find those stacks, right? Find those very, very large stacks of silver and of gold right here. Notice it says 4,095. It's going to take about 16 minutes to run that. So let's go ahead and start that running. And you get the general idea. Now, we're going to go ahead and run down the line here where we go ahead and just pick out a bunch of this. Now, it'd be easier just to go to the boxes behind me here and be able to do it that way, but I'm going to just have to take these out one at a time. This is one of the things I really think they should fix is this interface here. I feel like this interface could be way better. Now, I'm going to show you also another little trick. Put your gold up toward the top here. Let's take all this other stuff out of here. I'm also going to put my other gold here. Let's see if we got any gold in here. No gold in there. We're going to take this gold and we're going to put it back in there so it stacks a little bit better. And we're going to go ahead and just make this a little easier. We're going to take 3 stacks of gold. Full stacks there. Take this out of here. And then we're going to get 3 stacks of silver. Right here. Yeah, see, I have to scroll through it every time. It doesn't seem annoying when you're doing it a little. But when you're doing it a lot, like me, it's really annoying. Now, another cool thing you can do is you can go ahead and do a little trickery here where you put your silver and your gold kind of offset like this. Now, why would I do that? Why am I doing that like that? Well, when I go into the refiner and I go to add items, guess what comes up right at the very beginning? See? You got to know how to work your inventory so it makes it more convenient for when you're putting your stuff in, right? And then you put that there. Oh, and it helps if I start it up. And you're like, I don't understand how this has to do with nanotites. Oh, you will. You will in just a bit. Some of you already know. I know a lot of you play No Man's Sky, and you already know what's up. And there's other more efficient ways of doing it, but I actually think this is the most efficient way because it collects it when I'm not even online. And I'll show you here in just a bit. Let's get those going. And so now I have 5 of these converting platinum right now. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. But we're going to go to this first one here. Just take what it's already done. We're going to go ahead and put these back away into here. We're going to take this platinum. We're going to put it on us. And we're going to see if we can find any more platinum in our storage here. There's some right there. It's a full fat stack of it right there. It's a max stack of 10,000. And so I'm going to take the platinum, the 10,000 platinum here, and I'm going to put it in here, and guess what it makes? That's right. You take silver and gold, which you can auto-extract using your auto-extractors. I'm going to take you over to where I'm doing that. And then you can take those two, combine them together, and then make nanotype clusters. Now, it's only going to make 285, but if I do this enough, I basically can make infinite amount. And I can collect all of that silver and all of that gold, again, while I'm not even online. It just takes my time to go and convert the stuff over. Now, I highly suggest if you're doing a lot of converting, I do find that sometimes it gets really funky if you're on your freighter when you're converting. I find that it has less issues actually on your base that's on a planet. So typically I do a lot of my conversion here on the planet. Now, over here on the other side, you can see we've got even more. So let's just go ahead now and get it all ready to do all of these, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and try to put some of this stuff away. Sodium, activated idiom. Again, anything that I can just go ahead and just stack away here. Oh, you got no room for that one. So if I don't have room for it, I'll put it up here at the top. This is ion batteries. This is something I can keep over here. You know what? I'm just going to make a bunch of those. Hitting E. By the way, I don't have to hold down E anymore. I just hit E. Thank you very much, No Man's Sky, for fixing that. And you can see I got pure ferrite. That doesn't need to be in there. You know what? Let's put that in my exosuit. Sodium nitrate, exosuit, carbon, exosuit. Let's get all of this out of here. Now look at this, what's going on here. Booster. Get that on my starship. All this stuff here. Notice I'm not actually putting my resources in here. And the reason why you don't want to put your resources in here is because your resources don't get a benefit by being in your cargo slot. Now, eventually I will open up all these cargo slots and I'll show you multiple ways of doing it, just saving you millions of dollars. But if you notice up at the top there, that's $1 billion with a B. $1 billion. Yeah, $1 billion. I'll show you how to make that too. Very easy. Very easy. You just take a bit of effort and time. But as you can see, I can keep 20 metal plates instead of 10. I can do a bunch of overrides, batteries, all this stuff. Keep all of this stuff in there because it can stack higher in your cargo. All of your resources here do not stack any higher in your cargo, so they're not really all that useful in there. Great example, microchips. Let's take microchips. Let's put that in our cargo, right? Then we could make a bunch of microchips if we had the resources for it. What do we need? Carbon nanotubes. So maybe we need to make a bunch of carbon nanotubes in here. Now, by the way, down here you can hit D or A to tell it how many. It's saying build. How many do I want to build out of those? Right? It says I can build 17. Boom. There's 17. I can have up to 20 of them. Now, why can't I build any more? That's because I'm running out of carbon. But I'm not really running out of carbon, which I'll show you here in a bit. Now, let's take the rest of this stuff again and try to sort it into its proper thing. Settlement, I can't do that one. Dehydrogen, no. Dehydrogen is something you really should keep on you. Nope, can't do that one. Carbon, got a little bit of that. Nope, can't put that in there. Gek relic, yes. Pure ferrite, no. Frost crystal, no. Silicate powder, yes. Emerald, yes. Dehydrogen jelly, no. Oxygen, yes. Yeah, I'm just trying to make some room in my inventory, and we're going to manage our inventory here in just a bit. Keep that one down there. Copper, no. Okay, now what we can do is just try to organize this a little better. Now, support gel here, that actually is better in your cargo slots. Again, you can store more of those. And then we're just going to clean up our inventory. You'll do a lot of this, everybody, which is inventory management in this game. Even if you have it fully unlocked, which we will fully unlock it at some point, you will constantly run out of room. At least I do. All right, and then platinum. We try to get that in there. Okay, that doesn't have any room there. There we go. Now, we're cleaned out a little bit, and you can probably guess what we're going to do. We're going to go in and try to take this out. But what we want to do is we want to have the ability to go in and access our direct storage container so it shows up on the right like that. Now, I think when you hit X, it should show up on the right anyway. In fact, it should show up full screen, all of your stuff combined, and then you can scroll through every single container without having to go to each individual container. And what I'll do with my containers here is I'll actually organize them in such a way where certain resources will be here in the beginning, right? Like this is copper right here. So this shouldn't have any of this other stuff. And the reason why it has that other stuff is that the fact that I've used up some of those materials. You can see I'm going to put ferrite dust there. I'm going to take my cobalt out. I'm going to put chromatic metal together. So I've got all my chromatic metal, my ferrite dust together. I've got pure ferrite in there now, and so on. So let's say that this is now going to be called chromatic and ferrite, right? So this is like every single game that you play, right? Where you have to go through and micromanage all of your crap. It could need some love. I'm not going to lie. It definitely needs some love in here. Where you want to go ahead and try to, combine all this into the same one so you can find it all in the same one. Now, what I do is I usually put the one in there that says, hey, what am I going to be using the most of right now? Now, am I going to be using chromatic metal and ferrite dust? Oh, yeah. You know what ferrite dust becomes? It becomes plates. And you use a lot of plates in this game. Absolutely a lot. But am I going to use it right now? Nah, not really. Not really. So let's actually take that out. And let's put that back in number 2 here. And so we're going to go ahead and put our chromatic metal. We'll take this out. And then ferrite dust in the second one. Now, that's probably like second most important, right? And we got any more ferrite. Now, another thing this thing needs is sort. Where you hit the button and it sorts it for you automatically. That would be nice as well. But what I really need in the very beginning is stuff that I'm going to be working on right now, right? So I don't have to scroll through all that stuff when I'm trying to take it out. And so I would say platinum, right? Platinum would be a good one to work on right now. And then also gold, and then also our silver, right? So let's go over here to the end. And again, by the way, I do think these batteries are actually working. Let's go see. Yep, they are already fully charged. batteries. And so you don't actually have to connect wires. You just put it on the top of these storages. I did not know that, everybody. I played the game all this time. I don't know when they added that or if it's been there for the whole entire time. But there you go. Now, see, some items, I already have some of those items, so I would want them to stack. One of the things that it doesn't do is it doesn't dynamically figure out that I want these items to stack automatically at the end of all of my storages, right? Because what it'll do is it'll find the first available slot and it will put it in there. So sometimes you have two of the same things that are not fully stacked. And so you'll have to go in here and manually stack this stuff up. Now, uranium and sodium and gold, I don't need that in there. Emerald's something I don't use a lot of. And the same thing with my roots here. Uranium, I can take that out of. These are just like things that are like for farming and stuff like that. That I usually put at the end because I'm not looking for this stuff all that often, right? So stuff that I'm not looking often, I put way here toward the end of my storages. And it starts with 0, by the way. It starts with 0 and goes down to 9. It doesn't start with 1 and then go to 9 and then 0 as in 10. And look, same thing here. Look, we've got some slime. We've got some various other resources here. We don't have any semiconductors in there. But you get the general idea. Now, I see some gold in there. Maybe we can go ahead and put some semiconductors in there. Now, notice what happens, everybody. I've got 2 semiconductors. I can go ahead and try to take this one and put it in there. And now, look, it's stacked together now. Now it's 6 into 1, right? And the same thing with your storages, that when you put stuff in your storages, it can actually hold more in the storage than it can in your inventory. So another great tip there on how to manage your stuff. Put that stuff at the very end because you're not going to be looking for it. You don't have to scroll through it every single time. Now over here you can see I've got a bunch of rusted metal. And you're like, Kismet, throw that stuff away. That rusted metal is crap. I just delete that stuff. That's the, you know, you open up the boxes, you get that rusted metal. I just throw that away. Well, guess what? You've been throwing away one of the greatest things in the entire game. Yeah, that's what you've been doing. But watch this. Watch what it becomes. Watch what rusted metal becomes. That's right. Ferrite dust. The stuff used the most. The #1 used thing in the entire game. Ferrite dust. You've been throwing that away. Because this converts 1 rusted metal becomes 2 ferrite dust. So 10,000 rusted metal becomes 20,000 ferrite dust. And you've been running around collecting it when you could have just converted your rusted metal. I know, you're welcome. I just saved you an incredible amount of time. Now let's go ahead and convert all of this stuff and we'll let this run. So let's take that rusted metal out of there and we'll let that run. And we'll go to this one and same thing. So if I just blew your mind, put a 1 in the chat. Rusted metal is probably the most valuable thing, especially early game, in the entire game, I think, in my opinion. For sure, for sure. So let's get that converting, get that rocking over there. Now, again, let's go back to the beginning here. Take a look at a little bit more stuff. Okay, so we want to take our ferrite dust out. We want to move it over here. Now, again, this is just how I have it organized. You can figure out your own organization that works for you. But for me, I want to go ahead and now really work heavy on my gold and my silver production of nanotites so I can unlock a ton of stuff. You can see I've got tons of uranium and sodium and all of that stuff. And I do have these actually somewhat named. You can see this one's named gold. Let's go ahead and change that. Let's go ahead and call this sod and ura. Which means uranium and sodium, or sodium and uranium. And so we'll go ahead and put that in there. I'm going to take this activated idiom out. We got sodium nitrate. We got regular sodium. Silver, silver, gold, gold. Sodium, sodium. You get the general idea. Now, why do I have so much uranium? That's a pretty great question. And the reason why I have so much uranium is actually used in... used to power your ship. So if you get a bunch of uranium, then bam, you have infinite fuel for your ship. So you want to be grabbing that stuff up. It's going to help you out a lot down the road. So again, we'll grab that, move this to #1, and here we go. All right, now we got it going, right? We got the silver in there. Look at all this gold, everybody. You're like, kidding me, that's like millions of credits worth of gold. I know, right? I know, that's like nothing to me. That ain't nothing to me, bro. That's just a tiny little sample right there. Now, another thing I'm going to go ahead and throw in here, oh, I didn't mean to quit out, is my carbon. All right, so anything that has to do with carbon, we'll throw it in there. Now, by the way, did you notice I took all my elements out and put it in my regular inventory? Just helps me micromanage it a bit better. Now, way down here at the end, at number 7 here, I have more gold and all of that. We're going to go ahead and grab all of that out of there. And one of the things I'm going to do in here, number 7, is also to add some of the other things that I'm not really using right now. We got spark canister. Oop, that could go in that other one, but I think it was full. Let's do that. Activated idiom. Oof, that's how I make my money. We'll get into that. Gek, we have a settlement chart, storage augmentation, things like that that I'm not going to be using right now. Look at all that oxygen in there. Let's get that oxygen out too. There we go. And again, back to the first one, right? So you got to do some of this, and I'm like the king of organizing and managing stuff. That's why they call me the what do they call it? Quartermaster. There we go. I typically do all the quartermastering, which is to micromanage your base. Hold on, I want to do this, and then maybe some of this. We can go ahead and alternate those. Let's say silver, gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, silver, gold. Now, you don't have to do this part. This is just something that I do. And there we go. And you can alternate them or not. Really what we're going to end up doing is just taking it straight out now. Since we have it right here, we just take it out and run it in our stuff. Now, see, these are still running here. This one here at the end is now done. Look at that, 285 nanotites. I just put it in my exosuit. It doesn't actually drop in your inventory right here. It's not going to drop in your actual inventory. It just dropped up here at the top. Now I have 329, even though I just spent all of mine a minute ago. And so this is just making me nothing but nanotites over here because it's going to make me platinum, and then I can take that platinum and convert it and keep doing that all day, every day for an infinite amount of time. You can see how much gold and silver I have in here. In fact, so much that I've filled that one up. I've completely filled it up, and I can go to this next one over here and try to fill it up. So let's go ahead and see if we've got any extra gold. There we go. Gold, silver, gold, silver. Let's put all that in the next one. And let's see. Anything else? Any other stuff that goes along with this? All right. That's pretty good. Okay. Now, the next one. We'll go ahead and look at that. Again, sodium. There's some stuff in there we can take out. So this one is sodium. Not activated copper. Sodium there. Sodium. Now, again, I want this stuff to stack with each other. It makes it a lot easier to micromanage if I can stack it together. So let's put this sodium nitrate next to that. Let's put that uranium in there. Maybe take out this one. Put this one out, this one in. By the way, one of the weird things also about this, I can't just pick it up and move it like I can in my inventory. Like if I go into my inventory here, I can literally just pick the item up and move it over here. Why can you not do that in here? I don't know. I don't make the game, everybody. I give them feedback as best I can. So there we go. Uranium, uranium. Then sodium, 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 sodium nitrate. And what we'll do also is we'll do a lot of conversion, right? So you have sodium, and then you convert it into sodium nitrate. You'll have things like ferrite dust, which will convert into different versions of ferrite dust as well that you use for different reasons. So there you go. Let me catch up on chat a little bit here. And again, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Gifted subs there, Rotisserie G. Appreciate that. Let's see. Johnny in the Cloud says, hi there, Kismet. If you call your freighter into the system you're in, then you do get the screen with all the car containers. You can then scroll through them and use X. Thank you for some foreshadowing, Johnny. We're going to do that in just a moment. Thank you. Thank you for that foreshadowing. We will do that in just a bit. Just claim hand a decal. Look at that. Getting them drops, Johnny Night Owl. That's why I'm here. Love the tip about the alternate gold and silver for stacking. Isn't that awesome? It works great. How goes No Man's Sky? This game is awesome. Download it. Play it. That's all I'm going to say. I just claimed some more drops. Look at you go. Kismet is Mr. Bling. I know, right? By the way, these are just the resources that I have in my storage. Wait until I blow your mind in a minute on how many resources that I'm not even bothering to pick up right now. I will absolutely blow your mind what it is. Now, by the way, I play this game very casual. I play it like once a week. I used to play it on Fridays, and then I got real life stuff and a whole bunch of other stuff to do on Fridays now. But I spend time with my family as well. But we might actually add Friday back, by the way, at some point after we get through this massive week of upgrades and games. But you will see that I only play like once a week, but yet I have a ton of materials, and I'll show you how to do that. I'll get to it. Don't worry. I got to organize my inventory a bit first, and then we'll come back to it. All right. So we have a bunch of things like, you see this activated copper here, and you're going to have like kind of unusual things, right? Activated copper and all of that. That kind of stuff I put way at the end, right? I put that way over here sometimes in these, right? But these ones are like storm crystals and different thing, aerosite, herox. Some of these, by the way, can be converted into smaller elements or converted into higher elements. Like this is residual goop, living slime, vicious fluids, and I can tell you we can do some stuff with that too. We can get in that. There's so much stuff you can do in this game with all this stuff. And then over here, same thing. We have all of our basic stuff, including salt and emerald. I don't use those all that much. And also, I don't use activated cadmium all that much. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right there, at least not yet. When you get into higher level stuff, you're going to use a lot of that. Activated iridium. Cobalt is something you'll use a lot of. Let's take that out. And what else can we put in there? Activated copper is a good one. And we'll take our storage module. And again, we can use that storage module at some point. Now, these are things that I'm going to use more often. All the ones that I've got on me now versus this one here. Now, deuterium is actually a really cool one because it's basically dihydrin and tritium put together. And so that actually is super useful. We'll go over here and see how our ferrite dust is doing. Oh, this one's done. This one's GG. Oh, that's not even doing anything. All right, hold on. Let's take our deuterium and put it in there. What does it create? Nothing. So you can't convert it back, but you can convert it from dihydrin and tritium, and then we'll use that later on. But that's another great one here to put at the end because I'm not going to use it for a while. There's no reason to have a ton of that being used. Now, you can actually combine certain things with your conversions as well. Like a great example, if you're trying to make a lot of something, a great example is to use oxygen. So use oxygen as your second one. You can see it's going to become carbon, right? But what if I go ahead and put something in there? We're going to try some stuff. We're going to try cobalt. It becomes ionized cobalt. And you're like, well, what's the big deal, Kismet? Oxygen and carbon becomes ionized cobalt. Cobalt becomes ionized cobalt anyway. Hold on. Let me take the oxygen out. Look how many it makes now, right? Let me put it back in my exosuit. It makes 2 to 1. But if I put oxygen in there, it makes 2 to 5 now. So the conversion ratio is much higher when you use oxygen as a supplemental item. So it'll make way more ionized cobalt. Actually, basically more than double the amount, right? So 1.5 times pretty much, or 2.5 times the amount roughly of the original just by adding oxygen to things. Now, I suggest that you don't look it up. There's charts that'll tell you all this stuff and all of that. And every time I talk about it, someone's like, Kismet, let me show you the chart. I know there's a chart. I'm old school. I don't look at charts. You know what I do? I experiment because that's the fun way to play the game. It's to experiment with the different ones and figure out what it is that makes that thing make more of that thing, right? I think that's super fun. Thank you, Johnny, and the Misfit coming in, showing some love. There you go. Can I ask a question about No Man's Sky? I'm kind of new to it. You can always ask questions in here at the Misfit Kingdom. There is no dumb questions. And in fact, if you ask a great question, I'll reward the entire chat for a great question. Right? That's what I do. Let's see. I just claimed an A-class hauler. Oh, look at you go. Oh, geezer lurking. Got that A-class hauler. Walking away with that loot. Getting that big fat loot up in here. Let's do it. Getting that loot. Okay, now 2 people have said, Kismet, you need to hydrate. I'm on it. I'm on it. Here we go. Let's do it. Hydration going on. I'll do a big hydration for that one. Woo! All right, we are hydrated. Ready to rock. Though we're out of water now. I have to get another water here when I take a break in a while. Let's do a battle. To battle! All right, we're going to try to keep these battles going. Now, while you guys are watching that, I'm going to keep organizing my little area here while you guys watch that. I'm going to basically just go down each and every one, take the ones out that shouldn't be there, and put the ones that should be there in there. And then I'll show you the end result when we get done with this battle. Holy mackerel. I got so much stuff in here, everybody. Holy moly. See, this stuff builds up fast. Open the cap chats, grab some rewards. Let's see. Ems and John Night Owl walking away with some gold. And Stormy Gaming, look at you go. 18 kills, MVP. Way to crush it. Let's do it. Let's do a boss battle for you guys. Come on now. I remember I do massive amount of battles, everybody. A massive amount. In fact, thousands and thousands of battles I've done here in the stream. Let's see. Whoa, this is a boss, so we're going to have to call in the big guns. Let's see. Which one seems more? I'm going to say right here. Right there. No, come on. Let's line up. Let's do a nice long, wide lineup. Yeah, a wide lineup right here with our support in the back. And then push down, hopefully, on these. Hopefully, our guys don't run off that way. Yeah, let's go ahead and put some peeps up here at the top. Let's go ahead and get up a battle plan. Let's do this. Battle plan, action time. All right. Let's get our tanks and our DPS in the front line. Let's heavy support back here. Let's get some other tanks over here to keep these guys from swamping us from behind. We'll push down this way. And then everybody up here will keep these guys busy as we wipe these guys out. Then we'll turn around and try to come back. Let's see if it makes it happen. I have got way too much loot, everybody. Way too much loot. Look at this one. Bunch of pyrite and uranium in there as well. And then if I go to this one, there's nothing but silver, bro. That's not counting that's not the silver from before. That's its own thing full of silver. Man, I got to use these resources up because look at this, man. I got all this silver and whatnot in here, and I got another stack, full stack of platinum here. So let's take that full stack of platinum out, and let's go ahead and run it over here. Oh, look at this. These are finished. All right, awesome. And so let's go ahead and take this platinum out. Put that in the storage container. And then, see, when I'm in the middle of something, I'll move that to the front of whatever I'm doing. So let's start that going. Another 285 going on there. Now, what I'll do is I want to go ahead and take this out just so I can convert the rest. And you're going to need 2 rounds of conversion because it only does up to 4,000, right? So you do 4,000, put that in there, start this one going again. You get the general idea. Like this. Oops. Oh, I don't have any more room in my exosuit. All right, let's put it in storage container. You want to take it out of there for sure, otherwise it's just going to stop. Put it in the storage container, begin. Okay, so we got those going. So as you can see, I need way more of these. And again, I don't know why I got to have a gap there. Why can't I just put them all in a row? I want to put them in a row, bro. These are all still doing ferrite dust there. Let's go to the one at the end here. And let's go ahead and again, grab that platinum. More nanotites. So you're right. This is, you can make infinite nanotites. Now, Kismet, how are you getting so much silver and so much gold and so much all of this stuff? Well, that is a fantastic question in which I will answer for you in just a moment. I've got to get some of these resources organized first. And again, we've got our gold and whatnot down there. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Any more silver on me? No, I do have some sodium though. So let's go over here. This one. You can see I've put my cobalt in there. Can we sneak any more sodium in there? A little bit. A little bit of sodium in there. Which one was our carbon one? The second one, I think. Yes, there we go. Carbon. See, and again, doing this sucks. It sucks doing it this way where you have to go in and out of each one. It'd be great if it was one long inventory, and then the second you put it in there, it would first look to see if there was a stack already across all of the inventory to put that particular thing in, right? So if I tell it to put dioxide in there, it'll go and know that it's in container number 7, even if there's empty gaps along the way, and it will put it on the stack that's on container 7. It doesn't do that. It goes and looks for the very first slot, and it puts it in that first slot. Now, if the whole entire inventory is full all the way across, then it will find the correct slot that does dioxide and then put it in there. Again, I think it should work, obviously, the opposite way right there. So let's keep going. Now, again, I have so much stuff in here that I'm going to need to start putting some stuff in here. So let's go ahead and put all this oxygen in here. That'll free us up a lot of room. Maybe some carbon in there as well. We've got some chromatic metal there. Let's go ahead and put it up this one. There's chromatic metal. There we go. Chromatic metal into there. What else do we've got that we could put away fairly easy? Some sodium in the next one. And we got room for that sodium. Nope, don't have enough room for it. So let's go ahead and pull out some of this cobalt. We'll put the sodium in. See, that drives me crazy that I don't have a sort button. So I just can't click sort and all the sodium goes next to each other and all the sodium nitrate goes next to each other. I remember this game was mainly made for console. And so it's very console-esque in the way that the interface works, even though you're on PC. That is it. That is its biggest Achilles heel, I think, is that it is very clunky. McClunky all you Star Wars fans know what I'm talking about. Basically, it's very clunky in the way that it works. So we're going to go ahead and just try to fit some of these other things that we might need right there at the beginning. Now, one of the things that I always try to keep on me, dehydrin is one of those things, right? Dehydrin, tritium, and a whole lot of other stuff too, oxygen and all that. Now look at these other ones here. Look, we got these random things, glass, Corvex, rep items. Like this is rep miscellaneous here. Look, Corvac casing. I could fit that in there, right? So it's not wasting my other space. I could fit that one in there. All right, what can I take out of here to put this one in? Anomaly. And then I can put that meat one in there. And again, this is like miscellaneous rep items. And look how many rep items I have. I could basically go in here and turn all those in, and then I'd be having a whole much more rep, right? So that's rep items. This is farming. So this has to do with a bunch of farming. Like, how do you know it's farming? That's because I named it farming right there. And you get the general idea. So it's a bunch of farming, and then also has some, random kind of what I call higher end activated items. And then over here, more kind of random stuff, right? So we can go ahead and do that. Now, nav data, you don't want to put that in there. Semiconductors, these right here. This is, by the way, somewhat new if you haven't done these anomalies. Those are really fun. You collect a bunch of these anomaly things. You go shoot a bunch of space asteroids, and then you get these anomaly detectors, and then you use those to scan for anomalies in space, and then you can go and do like the whole aliens thing where you get in the ship and all of that. That's a lot of fun as well. I highly recommend that. So yeah, let's get our nav data out of there. And we're going to take our nav data and we're going to put it in our cargo. Because look at that. I can stack 32 of them in there, right? Plenty of room in there. More nav data. Boom. There we go. We just got 2 slots back from that. Silicon powder. I'm going to put that down there. Dehydrin, something you use a lot of. By the way, dehydrin jelly, right? One becomes the other becomes the other. You get the general idea. Ionized cobalt and silver. Put the silver over here. Ionized cobalt. Now, I do have a bunch of cobalt in here. And again, look how annoyingly you have to run to each of these separately. There's cobalt there. I think I have some cobalt. There we go. All right. Any room in there? Oh, I think that's where we took it from. Okay. Next one. Any room in this one? No. Next one. All right. A little bit of room in there. Okay. Look at that. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere slowly. Very, very slowly, but we're getting there. Now, look, more silver, oxygen, rusted metal. Get all this regular stuff out of here. Look, I have an S-Class upgrade for my bolt caster there, and I haven't used it yet. Why not? Because I don't have an S-Class multi-tool. But when I do, I'll be styling. And there we go. Look, we can combine our ammo together there. I got 5,000 ammo there. Look, it actually holds more ammo in a single stack. I have a bunch of various different charts. I have all my activateds in here. Let's go ahead and try to clean this up a little bit. You have to take it out, put it in, take it out, put it in. It's so McClunky. McClunky. All right, let's put all of our random kind of higher end stuff, idiom, cadmium, into there. And you know what? We got more of that somewhere, right? We got more of that stuff hiding over here into here. Let's grab it out of here, right? And then we got any more farming stuff we can put in there? No, and I like to keep this full in here if I can and try to put stuff in there. Nope, nothing there. And then we can go ahead and put our slime and stuff like that together. There we go. Now again, look how much, I'm just moving this around and look how much free space I'm getting in my inventory because now it's smarter sorted. It's sorted much smarter because it doesn't automatically sort itself very smartly unless you're throwing it in there in order with no empty spaces along the way. So it might actually be smarter for me to move this stuff to the very front to where it's always stacking that stuff first. But the drawback is when I want to take it out of there, is that when I hit X, all of that stuff from my container, which is at the end right now, all right, see it's at the end, would be at the beginning every single time. And I have to scroll through that every single time. And that's why I put it at the end, so I don't have to scroll through it, because I'm not looking for it. I'm not looking for that stuff. All right, we got emerald in there as well. You know what, let's take our pungent out as well, even though we're going to probably use that for stuff. We got some gases in there as well. We got some salt there. These are various different resources. We're going to just, I mean, some of that stuff's not really for farming, but you get the idea. Let's see, where did our other gas go? I have no idea. Let's go to this one here. What are we doing this one? Again, we'll use our activated. There's our gas right there. Pungium, activated copper, deuterium. All right, so this one we will call equipment and building. Okay, so anything to do with equipment or building, right? So augmentations, that's part of building. We'll throw that in there too. What else? Spark stuff. Again, categorizing this stuff is really useful. Okay, so we don't have enough. Maybe S module, we can count that as part of building. Maybe our settlement stuff. Where's our other... Where'd the other ones of those go? They're over here in one of these other ones. See, look. See, look. We've got 2 stacks of pungium that are separate from each other. Metal plating, gold. Look at all this stuff. I'm just clicking it all to get it to consolidate. So, you know what? Let's make this equipment building. And we're going to also put all of our kind of unusual stuff that we don't use a lot of in here. See if we can fit it in there. Gases, activated idiom, more gases, pungium, activated copper, emerald. Now you need that stuff, but you don't need it as much as some of this other stuff. At least I don't need it right now. We got more rusted metal we could be converting. Now, why did I put that back in my inventory? The reason why I put it back in my inventory is so that it has about 7,000 right now. Is so that it will stack back to max stack in my inventory if there's any more of it in there. Right, so I can stack that up. I can also go to the next one, like this, and stack this one on top of the other one. This just allows me to take that much out. Like that. And I have a lot of ferrite dust, but you need a lot, so there you go. I'm just consolidating those stacks. The general idea. Oh. Okay, nice. Graphite clusters. Boom. Platinum back in there. Let's go ahead and convert the rest of this rusted metal. And keep that going. Okay, so we got that going. What else are we looking to do? More rep items. Way here at the end. This Gek stuff. I want to get the Gek stuff in there, but let's take semiconductor out. Put Gek stuff in there. Alright. And any other random materials that we could have put in here? Organizing is rough. Anything else? Semiconductor. More fungium in there. More semiconductor there. That seems to be good. Alright, more nav data I see on us here. Nav data. Combined. Combined. Look at all this ferrite dust and other random stuff I have in my cargo slots too. Okay, back to the beginning. We're getting there, little by little. Sodium and uranium. A little bit more stacking there. This is silver and some other random stuff. Urium pyrite there. We got any room? Let's see. Doesn't look like it. A little bit of cobalt, no. Sodium, no. So I have so much stuff that I don't have room for it all. And that was what happens very, very easily in this game. So cobalt, uranium, sodium, gold, we'll keep that one. Oxygen, more gold, we'll keep that because we're working with that. Jellied stalks. And we took that out of this over here, right? We got writhing, worm meat. Let's go ahead and put that there. Again, stuff I don't use a lot toward the end. Stuff I do use more toward the beginning. And so on. So this is just regular stuff. This is all of this. Now, I wonder if I have this stuff elsewhere. Let's just take all this out. By the way, notice how much that stuff, that uranium stacks there. It's like crazy, man. Crazy amount. Now look, I've got a bunch of this stuff already here. And see, look, now it's stacking properly in there. And the Herox is already full. Again, this is more like crafting items. I have it as rep items, but this is more like crafting and whatnot. So let's go ahead and move it over here in this spot with farming. That's equipment. This very much reminds me of Fallout 76. And the reason why it reminds me of Fallout 76 is I have to reorganize all of my inventory stuff so that I have enough room just to play the game. Right? It's not the best kind of system. It'd be great if it auto-stacked and did all of that and really took care of itself so I don't have to micromanage it as much. I feel like that would be an amazing upgrade for the game. Now look at that. That one's full. And then we're to this one. Equipment and miscellaneous ore. So that looks okay. And then we're at the point now where we want to have a bunch of random stuff just so we're not carrying it around on us in there like that. Now, everything that I just did, take in consideration that it was a complete and utter waste of time. And you're like, what? Why would you purposely waste your time? Well, it's not my fault. What's going to happen is I throw stuff into the inventory. Any empty slots is going to start filling those up as it goes along, right? So it's going to mess it right back up again. And all of that time I spend micromanaging it will be pretty much wasted, but not too much. I mean, it'll still be okay to micromanage it a bit in the way in which it will help us. So let's go ahead and really try to use up a lot of our resources here. And you'll see me go silver, gold, on purpose, like that. Again, we've got those going, and we've got these going. Now, you probably guessed it, that we definitely want to get more of these going, right? We don't want to just have them sitting there doing nothing. Now, I strongly suggest that you just convert it all to platinum and then come back and do the platinum later. Because what you're going to do is you're going to convert 2 stacks into one stack, right? So if you convert it all into one stack, you just half the amount of resources that you have in your bank. And that's going to help a lot in the long run. So I'll take the platinum out, which is only 4,000. I'll stack these back into my suit. I'll go ahead and grab the max stacks, because max stacks are better, like that. Let me go check and see if I did the max stack over here. Yes, I did. So try to maximize those stacks as you can when you put them in there, because then you can set them up and let them run for a lot longer than you can just letting, you know, do 2,000 or whatever. You want to let that run for 20 minutes. You want it to go for as long as it possibly can before you have to micromanage it again. Because you're busy. You got things to do. You got stuff to do, everybody. Oh, grab the last one. So we've got our inventory managed a bit. We've got a lot of our stuff converting. The ferrite does take a really long time to convert, everybody. Just a heads up on that. So when you start that stuff, it's going to take a while. More nanotite clusters there from our platinum. And more gold, more silver. Now, I know a lot of you know other ways of making nanotite clusters, but guess what? All I had to do was have it auto-collect all this stuff for me. I did not have to manually sit here and do a whole bunch of stuff other than tell it to put those in there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that and put that in there. Now we can go ahead and look and see, do we have any silver or gold in here? All right, we got a bunch of silver and gold right there. Let's grab that out. Now, obviously, I don't want to put too much of one thing in here and not enough of the other, if you know what I mean. We want to go get some silver as well. We've got some silver right here. Move it down. And there we go. Again, we'll let all that run. Now, we have a lot of resources. We have a lot of ability. We have a lot of space to get it going on. I don't know why it keeps changing my quest. Stop changing my quests. I want to know when peeps need my help. There we go. Running smoothly. So we're going to go ahead and make some more large refiners. Now, again, you can't put it close enough to this to do it. Now, because I've also taken a bunch of my resources off, notice it needs some sodium nitrate. But we know where that sodium nitrate is, and I don't have to run to that box if I don't want to, because I've made it in such a way where it's fairly close to the beginning, right? Where I can just go along, look for my sodium nitrate, put that back in my inventory, and now I can go ahead and make that thing I need. But it's too close, so we got to go this way. I highly recommend putting it around your boxes so you can access them fairly easy. Now again, I'm on a paradise world, so it makes it a lot easier. Again, I don't know why it limits it. That's just me. Now we need microprocessors. I don't have to hold down the E anymore. It's awesome. It is awesome. I don't have to hold E anymore. Oh. And then you can only put 2 of those together at any given time within a certain spot. But we can move on. We need more dehydrogen jelly. Now, the thing that I probably run out of the most is stuff for dehydrogen. Back this up just a bit. Really? Oh, I was like, why can't I get another one? That's because I don't have enough dehydrogen jelly. Now again, one of the things that is probably the hardest is the dehydrogen, because you're going to run out of that a lot. There we go. So now we have the ability to make even more stuff. So let's go. I'm having to turn around today, everybody. We are not screwing around. We are going all in. We are getting some serious conversion going on. Where's my silver stacks? Oh, I don't have enough silver stacks. All right, no problem. Right over here. Back to our silver container. And then we'll take this stuff. Let's just build something here. One of the things that's a little annoying is that it switches to your Exocraft instead of staying on your exosuit sometimes. And sometimes you can build stuff and it counters that. Alright, let's go ahead and again, let's go ahead and alternate. Gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, silver. Oh, that's not a full stack. Gold, silver, gold, silver. Alright, and then let's do it. Right over here. Pyrites. Nope. We want to make platinum. Showing you guys how to get infinite nanotites right now. Take your gold and silver, which you can auto extract, and can run and run and run this stuff. And don't keep it in your bank. Keeping it in your bank just makes you have a full bank. Hurt it. Use it. Get it out of there. Doesn't do you any good. It's like having cash on your character. Having cash on your character doesn't do you any good. You know what does do you good? Buying the things that you need for your character. Alright, there we go. Look at this conversion now. Now we're looking sexy. And you guessed it. We're going to need at least one more. In fact, I can do a whole thing full of it here. Now again, I don't have to have an enclosed base because I got a paradise planet, and that paradise planet has no adverse weather and no sentinels that are bothering me, at least for the moment. And so I can just build to my heart's content out in the open, enjoy the nice, wonderful fresh air of a paradise planet. I also like the fact that they added the E button, which you can do now. Let's just make enough so we can make all three of them here. We're working on nanotites. And man, wow, time goes by so fast. It's so fun. It's so fun and addicting. All right, again, alternate. Gold. Did I use it up already? Holy mackerel, look at me go. I used it up already. Okay, we gotta go get some more. It's not gonna be a problem. Not gonna be a problem. Gold. And let's get all the rest of this silver over here. This one. See what I did there? Watch this. Kismet all on the next level, everybody. I'm on the next level. I'm way up here. Let me catch up a bit on chat, too. I'm sure you guys have been chatting it up in there. Look at that. Getting that loot. There was about a nice 9 hours. That was a nice 9 hours in New World. I need food, and we rest before back on later. Loving this game. Isn't it so good, John Night Owl? Yeah, last night, offline with my crew, we were trying to figure out some of the quests as well. But I got all of my faction gear now, including my staff and my chest piece and all of my other gear. And man, you scale up so much when you get that gear. You are just doing, I was like doing like 130 damage, and then I got my new weapon, and then I was doing like 150, and then 200, and then 225. I was just like getting so scaled up in the amount of damage. That's per shot, by the way. You get so scaled up with that, and it doesn't take very long. You could get all of your faction gear in just like a day, like 6 hours of just running around doing all the faction quests over and over again. Bam, you got that first set of faction gear and you are then on a roll. Big time. Let's see. Gotcha. Yeah, mine is crashing on launch now. I'm trying to fix it. What's crashing? I have a lot of work on a normal save. Oh, your save is crashing. Yeah, my save is... I don't know how many hours I have in this save. Let's go look. Let's see. Where is it? 18 hours? No, that's not right. That's not right. But this one's not very old. I've restarted like 40 times. That's not even exaggerated, but probably more. I start over usually every time they come out with a major update. But now the kind of updates they're doing is less to the beginning of the game and more to the middle or later part of the game. So there's no reason for me to restart. I just keep going in the playthrough now. And if it did crash out or if it did break my save or whatever, I just start again. Okay, I don't mind starting again. I love a new adventure. Mundane Stewed coming in, showing some love. All Red coming in as well. Thank you so much for those follows, everybody. Thanks for becoming a Teamwork Tycoon here in my channel. Let me catch up here again. I have many hours in my normal save. I do make backups of my folds on PC just in case the game crashes. Well, there you go. You guys are talking about game crashing. Again, if you're talking to me, make sure to use my name, Kismet. It'll highlight. Or you can use the highlight feature under redemptions. There you go. Something used for me is to list the color my storage units and place items of similar color. They easily find. I label the storage unit with the color names too. If I lose something, I just guess its color. Well, hey, that's a great one, Johnny. That's a real smart idea. I like that. I hope they make it where we can have lots of bases to manage. Me too. I think so too, Evans. I think they should have multiple settlements, and I bet you they're already working on it. I bet you they already are. If the settlement feature goes over well, I would love to, and that actually, I feel like a lot of the changes that are happening to the game right now, great example, Fallout 76, right? They added a lot of changes that make me want to play the game more. And this is something I talk to game developers about all the time. You've got to make me want to play the game. If you are not adding stuff that makes me want to play your game, then you are doing it wrong. And they think they understand that, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them add these fancy graphics and fancy features and all of this stuff that doesn't really add to the gameplay. It makes it nicer, it's prettier, or whatever, and they've made this more beautiful, which is a character in itself, right? The graphics or the worlds are a character in themselves, and that does make me want to kind of play, but you know what really makes me want to play? It's these settlements, because I'm an overseer, right? I go in my office, you can see it says Overseer Kismet. This makes me want to play the game. This is something I want to do, right? I want to do a bunch of these. I want to do these across the entire universe. I want to have 1,000 settlements that I manage, right? That's what I want to do. That's my type of gameplay. And so now they've zipped into the type of gameplay that a lot of us love to do, which is to manage your own settlements and do that stuff, much like you did in Fallout 4 and other games that you manage your settlement. Even games that are survival games, that's basically what you're doing. You're managing a settlement. You start with a little hut, and then you make it into a bigger hut, and then you're putting in more workbenches and more stuff to make it bigger and bigger and bigger, right? That's pretty much what you're doing in a survival game. And you are also going in and getting upgraded workbenches, and that's exactly what you're doing in New World, right? You're starting with the basic workbenches, and then you're collecting a lot of materials for that particular area, and then they can upgrade the benches and get more and more and more, and you get higher and higher in stuff. You're doing the exact same thing. I love that kind of game cycle in the game. So yeah, so No Man's Sky is making it where I want to play the game more. Same thing with Fallout 76. Same thing with New World with all their changes. They make me want to play that game. Same thing with Astroneer. Same thing with Satisfactory, right? They make me want to play the game because they're adding game mechanics that enhance it and promote gameplay, right? New style of gameplay in that game. So big love to them. Big love to them. Kismet will be in high demand by settlement overseers to manage their productivity and inventories. Yeah, you can hire me for doing that. I'm not cheap though, so I hope you got lots of cash. In fact, I don't even need the cash. I'm already rich in the game, so there you go. The variety of storms on planets is cool. One was okay to stay out, but thunderstorms are the worst, and they can kill you. Not if you have protection. If you have if you're going to go in those storms a lot, you're trying to get storm crystals or whatever, make sure you got your technology on of your regulators, your exhaust filters, your stuff like this, right? Your stuff that's going to help you against that hazard protection. I don't even have them all. There's a whole bunch of them you can get. And you just have them right down the bottom of your inventory, right down here, all the way across. Every single resistance to every different types of storm, heat, radiation, poison, all of that stuff right along the bottom there. And forget about it. You can go in those storms and you're just like, oh, yeah, give me some storm crystals. You know what's really easy about storm crystals? You take your ship and you fly right next to the storm crystal. You jump out of your ship, you grab them, you get back in your ship. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. You just keep doing that little hopping and get them storm crystals that way. Works great. I do it all the time. Look at that. Roar's getting some free drops. That's why I'm here, everybody. That's why I'm doing this bonus stream. Yes, it does. It says Taj. That's right. If you do have a spare gold and silver, is it needed to replenish the living ship tech? If you do have gold and silver, it is also needed to replenish the living ship. I have no idea, Johnny. I haven't got to that yet. Every time I get this going, every time I get into No Man's Sky, they add something new, and I don't have enough time. I mean, they literally added so many updates that I don't play the game now. I play like once a week, so because I'm playing a bunch of other stuff too. Look how much stuff I'm playing just in the 1 week. I'm doing like 15 streams in a single week, everybody. Here's 10 right here, and I'm doing like 5 extra bonus streams this week for you guys because No Man's Skies is doing drops. We got Icarus, which is a survival game. We're going to play that not too long from now, about 30 minutes to an hour from now. You got New World, which is in beta right now, open beta. So you can get it for free. You could get the open beta for free, try out New World, maybe come join our guild, one of the longest running gaming guilds, 20 years together, over 1,000 members. You can go ahead and join us for that. Astroneer with amazing updates, No Man's Sky amazing updates, Satisfactory amazing updates, Fallout 76 amazing updates. So much stuff. And of course, also, we're doing events and whatnot in Stream Raiders. Let's do a battle. To battle. Oh, and it's on like Donkey Kong. Let's blow it up. And not only that, again, No Man's Sky with a ton of amazing updates. You have to go to save to see the hours. Oh, yeah, it's save. That's what it is. There it is, Eluid. Someone remembers stuff. Again, I have sleep apnea, so it's hard for me to remember stuff. Let's see. Stormy coming in and says SR. Oh, you mean Stream Raiders? Yes, we got it. We got it going right now. I didn't forget. I just was talking and I got around to it. And now, basically, 2 minutes after you asked. There you go. Now, I do a lot of battles, so I don't feel bad if I run over. Sometimes I do 17 hours of battles in a single day. I know. I don't feel bad at all. Grand rewards, let's say Johnny Night Owl, Eric, we got M, or Eric, I think that's Eric, and M's getting some love, and Kiwi coming away with MVP with 17 kills, and that is another boss down, 725 bosses. We barely started, and we're already on tier 8. Let's do it. Did you know we got right over here last time? I did so many battles. We got right here, the highest in badge you can get, which is the level 5 badge. Tier 45. We're going to try to do it again. We're going to try to do it again in this. We're going to try to get you guys maximum loot. Now, the chest I'm always looking for is these gold chests here, or even better, this blue chest right here, because you might get a free skin. And it can help support the stream as well, everybody. We're trying to get Saltbot unlocked. If you do enjoy some Stream Raiders, if you like all the Stream Raiders and all the time and effort I put into it, which is a lot, you can go ahead and help support the stream by buying those skins, by going right into the store, buying those, just searching for my name, Kismet. Gift those skins to somebody else or gift them to yourself, because that's the best gift, is the ones you give yourself. Right there. So let's get into it. So I want to get you guys this blue chest. So I'm thinking high side here, or maybe down through the middle, up, over, and then here. Yeah, it looks like that way. So let's, or actually I can just start down here. I can start down here, here, up to there, hit this, and then bada, 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 bing to the boss. Let's go. Let's do that. Let's do that. What do we got? Oh, too easy. Too easy. All right, let's go ahead and use my bomber this time, just for fun. Let's go high side. High side right here. Yeah, there we go. Now, remember, this game is free. You can click that link in the chat, find me your Captain Kiz, and put your units down on the battle board. We hit 100 units. I'm going to give you 1,000 Kiz Caps every time we hit 100 units, and you can use those for future giveaways as well. So there you go. I have to go help with dinner. Thank you for the fun gameplay. You always make your streams very watchable. Bye-bye for now. Take it easy, Johnny. You have a great dinner. I hope you have a great night as well. All right, let's get into it, everybody. Come on, we gotta convert all this stuff, and I'll show you how I have so much tremendous amount of resources here. I'll show you my secret to literally getting infinite cash. It helps if you actually start the thing once you get it going. That's going to be super useful to start the actual converter. Doesn't matter which order you put them in here, by the way. Whatever order you feel like doing. Man, that is a lot of conversion going on over here. We got those going. We got all of those going. And by the time you get all of those going, guess what? The ones you started over here are done. Oh, let's start that. Start that twice. This one out. And I could consolidate this, but see, it only does 4,095 maximum anyway. So if you want to go a little bit faster, you just go ahead and basically start them up twice, which is what I do. Run over here. Let's see how we're doing on these ones. Ferrite dust is good. Start that one again. I'm just trying to use up these resources because they're burning space in my inventory. Ferrite dust you can do like 3 times. It's a lot you can keep going. Now that one I want to take out. See if I can combine that. There we go. Combine that together. More platinum here. Run that again. There we go, everybody. We literally have 20 converters going at the same time. And I could make more. And more, and more, and more. And just have them all day. I can do it all day, every day. But I feel like that. I think you guys got the gist of that. We're going to go ahead and put this back into there. Look at all that platinum we'll convert later on. Silver, gold. Back in there. And we'll go ahead and just put that right there. We'll take our metal plating. Put that in our cargo. We got tons of ferrite dust on us. And sodium, gold. Take that out. Yeah, we'll leave that in there for now. Okay, how would you like to make $500 million every time you log in? $500 million with a B. You ready? I'm going to show you how right now. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to make you super rich. Now, one of the things you want to do is work your way through the game until you get to the blue planets. And basically, you can go ahead and go to those blue planets and build something a little like this. Let's go. Let's get it going on. Now, right now, I only have it set for only about 200 million. But you can also keep going and keep going and keep going. In fact, I could get $1 billion every time I log in if I want. There is a cap to how much units you can have. I have currently $1 billion on me. I thought $1 billion was good enough for now until we spend a bunch of money, and then I'll get more money. Now, I'll build these things, and I will stop collecting them at some point, because if I keep collecting them, what will happen is, one, I'll hit the cap, maximum cap of the amount of cash I can have, as well as I'll fill up my inventory to a point in which I can't even use my inventory. So here we are. We're at a Paradise planet. This is Paradise 4. But this Paradise 4 also has storms on it, so it's not that great of a Paradise planet. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into edit mode, and I'm going to go into my fly camera so I can fly around. And then we go ahead and look up in the sky, and this is what 200 million activated idiom worth looks like. Over here we have 5 each, so there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 extractors going right here on activated idiom. This is on a blue planet. And what it's doing is, as you can see, it's filling up all of these. These are containers that store the activated idiom. There's about 200,000 plus activated idiom being stored right here. Now what I do is I go ahead and queue up that activated idiom. I go ahead and utilize it. Like I'll go ahead and show you. I'll go right out here to this one. See, there's storms out here. But I'll stand right here in the doorway. Now I can also make a building and put that in the building, so I don't have to do that, but it's just easier to use these round ones in the beginning. So here we go. 215,000 activated idiom is worth 204 million on this particular planet. Now you might be able to, or this particular system, you might be able to go to another system and it'd be worth more, but 204 million, that's pretty good considering it collected it while I wasn't even online. That's right. And if I come back in 55 hours from now, so basically 2+ days from now, I come back, guess what? It's got another 200 million. That's right. And I could log out of the game, turn my computer off, go 5 states over, hang out at the beach for a while, come back in 3 or 4 days, or really around 3 days, and then get another 200 million without me even playing the game, without me even being logged in to the game. This is how I make my money. It is called passive income, everybody. You don't even need to be playing the game, and it's making you money. Now, at any given time in the game, it is actually collecting a ton of resources for me automatically using the industrial mining. And I'll show you that right over here. That's these right here. You got your supply pipes, you got your mineral extractors, which extract the ore. You have your gas extractor and your supply depot, which is basically like a storage unit, which stores your stuff. You're going to need, you're going to need a lot of metal plating. So you're going to need a lot of ferrite dust, right? So the first thing you want to do before you get into all the other stuff and the activated idiom and all of that other stuff, what you want to do is you want to get your ferrite dust squared away. And I'll show you that here in just a second. But first, let's just take a minute. I don't know. How about we make 171 million here because mine is 16% demand. Now, one of the things that's going to happen, do not go into very highly populated areas in multiplayer and do this because you will crash the market and it pisses people off. Do not do that. I'm in single player, way out on the edge of the universe. There ain't nobody else out here except for me. I'm fine. So I'm going to go ahead and literally sell 171 million. 171 million I just made in that a long time. Now, another thing that does also, by the way, is it gets it out of my inventory because it was filling up my entire inventory. Now, let's start with the basics, right? Let's back up a little bit. Let's do this like, Kismet, tell me how you got started in all of this. How did you get to the point where you got $1 billion and every time you log in, you have $200 million every single time? Well, you start with the basics. And the basics is going to be something that you probably kept throwing away over and over and over again while you were running around. And that is rusted metal. Rusted metal, I think, is the actual cornerstone of this entire game. That's right, I've told you the secret. The secret of the entire game is rusted metal, especially early on. If you don't want to sit there and collect ferrite dust for endless hours, have it do it for you. Go collect a bunch of salvage modules and then go and unlock the industrial mining. I think it's entirely worth your time to go ahead and unlock it, and I'll show you how to find the nodes and I'll show you how to extract the items as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and teleport over here to Tin Roof Rusted for you B-52 fans out there. This is my activated or my rusted metal farm over here. Now again, same thing. We're going to go ahead and go into build mode. I got to remember my keys now. And we're going to go out here as you can get a nice bird's eye view. Now look, I only got about 9 extractors. Normally I only do 9 on every other resource except for activated idiom. Activated idiom takes a lot longer, so you want to go ahead and really go to town. Usually about 25 of them is more than enough, and then have lots of storage so you can store it. Now this is my activated idiom. Or not activated. This is my rusted metal. Come on, brain, work with me today. Rusted metal is going to this one. Now what's this one doing? Let's follow where that one's going. Oh wait, there's a whole bunch more over here. Are this rusted metal? Nope. Because watch this. This is going over there. And this one is wandering off right here. So this one's extracting from here, but this one is running off way off in the distance. And you know what's collecting over there? Oxygen. And you're like, well, Kismet, why do you need a lot of oxygen? Now, you can use it for your thing to, keep yourself breathing, right? but there's actually a secondary purpose as to right in the very beginning of the game. I look for a desolate planet like this. I go ahead and get my rusted metal, and then usually nearby the rusted metal, there's going to be two other things that you need. One, oxygen. Two, power. Right? Look off in the distance over there. See this stuff right there? That's industrial power. That means this has perpetual power always and forever until the end of time. It will continuously extract until it's full until the end of time. You know how I just converted a bunch of ferrite dust and I've got a whole entire box full of ferrite dust? Well, check it out. If I go ahead and run to this side and I look right here, in here, I have 23,000 rusted metal. 23,000 rusted metal. Remember, it's 1 to 2. So 1 rusted metal equals 2 ferrite dust. That's 50,000 ferrite dust right there. And I'm not even going to bother to pick it up because I got more than enough ferrite dust. Right over here, I've got 20,000 oxygen. That's right, 20,000 oxygen right there that I can also use as another component, carbon. So I don't have to collect ferrite dust, I don't have to collect oxygen, and I don't have to collect carbon. It is automatically doing it for me while I'm not online. If I take that oxygen out of there, guess what it'll do? I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the oxygen out, put it on me. It'll tell me in 15 hours it'll have 20,000 more. Now I can continue to scale it up like I did with my activated idiom and be collecting 200,000 oxygen if I want to, or 200,000 rusted metal. You don't need that much, especially not early game, but you could if you wanted to. You could do 500,000. You could do 100,000 or a million of it if you wanted to in different parts of the system, whatnot. You can scale it up to such a gigantic scale. But I try to keep my basic elements, the rusted metal, the oxygen, and then some other basic elements, which we'll pop to here in a second, just to a lesser level, 20 to 50,000, right? 20 to 50,000 extraction is more than enough, and usually more time than I have in the time to play anyway. Now, I usually keep a save thing in here, a little battery, and then also a converter if I need to make a little bit of resource, especially early game when you don't have a lot of resources. Now, I have a tremendous amount of resources right now. Another thing you want to do at every single location, right back here, is to have your storage boxes. The reason why you have your storage boxes, those are like, another dimension storage boxes. Because if I take stuff that's on me, like this oxygen, and I put it in the storage container, like this, that storage container, these storage containers are the exact same storage containers that are at my main base. So now if I go to my main base, that oxygen will be in those storage containers and I can take them out. Or I can just leave them in my backpack and take them with me. But there is no local storage. It's not like that is the local storage at this exact location. That is the storage across the entire universe. I could be on this side of the universe and still access that oxygen. I could be on this side and still access it, right? Because that is accessible from anywhere, no matter where you are. Especially also on your freighter as well. You can access all of these storages from there. So I'm not going to take out the rusted metal though. I've got plenty of all of that. And I really didn't even need that oxygen either. I've got plenty of that as well. All right, and if you see, I've got a bunch of bases. My bases are all about extraction, right? Extraction of certain resources. So what would be the next one? So rusted metal, oxygen. Get those two going, right? The next one would definitely be copper, or even copper might be first. Now, the reason why copper would be first is because copper is what you use to make chromatic metal. And chromatic metal is the thing that you use to make bases. That's right. If you want to make a base, you're going to need a ton of chromatic metal. Especially if you're going to make a bunch of bases like I do, you're going to need a ton of copper. So you probably want to get your copper going first. If not, just kind of manually collect it. Then you can go ahead and get the industrial version of it going. So copper, rusted metal, and oxygen. And there is one other element that we will use as our starter elements, and then you start to expand it and you start to get other elements that you're going to need down the road. But here we go. We're back here again. Now look at this. We've got a bit of extraction. This is not the same location. This is a different location. As you can see, my ship's not on a landing pad. And then right over here, you can see we are extracting around 17,000 copper. Now, can I use this copper? Maybe. Let's grab a little bit of it. Do that. Guess what? In another 5 hours, it's going to have 17,000 copper. Remember, I can log out, come back, in 5 hours, 38 minutes, and 4 seconds, and it will have 20,000 without me even being in the game, which is awesome. Awesome. We'll find that out tomorrow, too, because we'll come in tomorrow, and guess what? That'll be completely filled again. Now, again, you also want to have a little house like this. This is just a basic little house, because if you are in the early game, maybe you're running out of oxygen, you run out of other things that are going to help you. Let's get my charge filter in there. There we go. Let me get my life support going. There we go. And I like to use up all this random stuff that I find, like those packs and whatnot. Okay, so there we go. And you also want to build a teleporter at each location, obviously, so you can get from one place to another. So, copper, rusted metal, oxygen. What is the other thing that we really need to get going? Right here, the sod farm. And you're like, sod? Like sod on your lawn? No, sodium. I use 3-letter acronyms because there's no reason to write the whole thing out every single time. So sodium. Now, why is sodium so important? Now, if you're like me and you played the survival version of No Man's Sky, if you have played the survival version of No Man's Sky, put a 1 in the chat right now. I have. It's really fun. It's enjoyable. Except for the conversion of your elements totally sucks. They have a missed opportunity there, I think, as a great progression in that version of the game. I'm sure they'll circle back to it and hopefully make it better. But I have played through in the survival mode and crushed it like I have done in here. One of the problems with it is that when you convert items, you can only convert 250. So you have your little small converter and you're like, okay, I can convert 250. And what I expected, and this has been great in the game, is that when you get to the medium one, now you can do 500. And then when you get to the big one, okay, now you can convert 1,000. Because normally you can convert like 4,000 in the normal mode. But guess what? No. All of the converters can only convert up to 250. And so if I was converting 250 and I was trying to build something like this, I gotta learn my keys again. C and B. There we go. And if I was trying to put something together like this with all of this, that would take a tremendous amount of my time to have to go in every 3 or 4 minutes and keep those converters going, right? I want to start those converters going. I want them to run and run and run while I'm busy doing something else. I want to just have to stand at the converter the whole time. That sucks. That does not make the game more fun. Sometimes making a game harder in that way does not add to the fun. What should add to the fun is not a bullet sponge boss mob. Don't just make the boss mob have more hit points. That's lazy. What you want to do is have the boss mob have a little bit more hit points, right? Make them tougher, but also give them some different game mechanics to mix it up, right? Oh, God, look out for the acid. Oh, God, look out. He's shooting a frontal projection. Everybody get to the side quick or get behind him, right? Those are the type of things you do to make games harder. Great example, Fallout 4, right? The survival mode was way more fun. You couldn't quick travel, so you had to walk everywhere, unless you used the vertibirds, right? You had to deal with water and you had to deal with food, which was awesome because now you have that extra element that you have to keep going. Otherwise, you start to take damage and whatnot. And then also it reduces your action point, refresh, and all of that stuff, which actually they took from the survival mode of Fallout 4 and they actually used that mechanic in Fallout 76. That's where it comes from, everybody. And they had a survival mode and then they had the new survival mode, which was even tougher and added all of these other elements to it. Which you couldn't see enemies in the radar. That is a big deal, everybody. If you can't see enemies in a radar in that description one in Fallout 76, forget about it. It would be nearly impossible to finish that one. So those are smart game mechanics and smart, funner game mechanics, right? I think. And now No Man's Sky needs to learn that lesson in their survival mode and make their survival mode where at least you have some progression when you're using your converter. So the first one's 250, second one's 500, and the last one's 1,000, and that's great. Or even you could go, 500, 1,000, and then you have 4,000 when you get into the big converter, and you have some progression in your gameplay. There is zero progression in your conversion. And so if I wanted to make big mega bases and all that stuff, I would literally have to stand in front of these converters for hours and hours and hours. Now, while I'm usually down for that kind of thing, it's not adding any fun to my gameplay, which is why I'm back in the normal mode now. And because that's where everybody's at, by the way, also in the normal mode versus the survival mode. Most people play the normal mode just because it has a higher stack rate. The stack rate in the survival mode is much lower. It's going to be like 2,500, I think, or 5,000, something like that. And then your cargo will be double of that. So I think it's 5,000 versus 10,000. In your cargo will be 10,000. In your regular one will be 5,000, or 2,500 and 5,000. I forget. It's something like that combo. But in the normal mode, your stack in your general is 10,000. And your cargo is 10,000. So there's real no difference between the cargo and your general, right? So there's no reason to actually put your resources in here. The only ones that are really different in the normal mode is your actual items, like metal plating, micro processors, your nav data, all that stuff. Those stack higher in your cargo than they do in the general. Like, watch, if I take this nav data out, it's now 2 stacks instead of just 1. And why is that important? Well, that's important if you want to have a little space in your inventory, that's for sure. And so it's better to stack those out in your cargo. All the things like metal plates and things like that in your cargo, and then your regular resources in your regular inventory. You get the general idea. All right, and then this one here, again, we can just run right up here, and this is sodium. Now, what is sodium used for? Sodium is against the elements, right? So say you're getting radiated, like right now I'm getting radiated. You can see right down here. I'm getting radiated, and I want to go ahead and up my hazard protection. And so I can go in and I can go under recharge equipment, hazard protection, and I can use my sodium. I can also use my sodium nitrate. Now, if you take sodium plus oxygen, you're going to make a lot more sodium nitrate, right? So you'll have a lot of that second level item, a lot more. You can also use ion batteries as well. But I just go ahead and use sodium nitrate, and there we go. See, my bar went all the way back up. GG. See this whole thing going on there? That's from the extractors. They'll make it jump like that. You don't want to know how to get that to stop doing that? You go into your build mode, you go into edit parts, and then you do your fly camera. See, that's what's so great about the fly camera. It doesn't make the thing shake like that. Very, very useful. Okay, so those are the basics. Now, let's go ahead and take a look. Remember how all that gold and silver that I had? Well, let's go take a look at that right now. Let's go ahead and pop over there. Let's go to my gold farm first. Also, it's collecting cobalt at the same farm. Now, if you can combine stuff into multiple things, multiple extractions, that's even better, right? So you can just go to one place and get 1 or 2 auto extractions or industrial extractions. Like in this case, you already saw the oxygen and the rusted metal one, and this one has cobalt and gold that are being run to the same base. Now, one of them could be way off in the distance, and you could run it all the way over to where your teleporter is, which is typically what I will do. Run it all into one place. And whether it's a C node or an S node, C is the bottom, B, A, and then S node is the top tier. It doesn't matter because you can just let it run. Now right here, look at this. This is gold. I have 50,000 gold in there, everybody. And then in this one over here, whoa, here's what. And in this one, I have 20,000 cobalt. I have plenty of cobalt. I don't need any more cobalt right now. Now gold, we can go ahead and replenish a bit of our gold supply. So we'll get that. And look, it's got 18 hours, so I come back tomorrow at this time. Get another 50,000 or so gold. Now look at how much is filled up again, though, right? So if I keep taking that out, you know exactly what's going to happen, right? It's going to fill back up my inventory again, and so on. So basically, I have the ability to make an infinite amount of nanotites. That's what I'm trying to show you as well. And also to make instant cash by doing activated idiom and selling it to the auction hall, which is what I did. Now, let's go ahead and go to silver. And let's get more silver to replenish our silver as well. Though we still got a bunch of silver, and we still have a bunch of gold left back in our storages. And you want to burn it up so that by the time you come back to get it here, you have it. Or don't put it in your storage at all. Before you go to convert it, come over here, get your gold, get your silver, then put it in your converters, and it never goes into your storage at all. You have in your inventory temporarily. You go gold, silver, and you'll start to see me do that. Go gold, silver, and then I'll go to the converters. I'll set up all 20 converters to convert that out, and I don't have it in my inventory so that my inventory doesn't get full. Now over here, you can see that I'm on Paradise 2. I do have 4, actually I have 5 Paradise planets now. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the silver. There's 50,000 silver there. Now, if you notice that my silver, I have a lot of that. That's also used on your main ship to also open up your floor on your ship there, right? You can add more and more space to your freighters. And we're going to pull that over here in just a bit as well. I'll show you how to do that. But there we go. Now look at where I claimed the base. I actually claimed this thing, which is really cool. I love claiming these new little locations. Look at this one. It's all rounded at the top. Pretty cool, right? So I see these. I'm like, oh, man, that's mine now. Ah, look out. Someone landed on me. Oh, what you got? You got me an S-class? Oh, C-class. Why you bring me this trash? C-class being the lowest level of not only extractors, but also of your ships and stuff like that. So there we go. So also I just pop in and grab that silver and I'm out of here. And by the way, that's not where it's extracting the silver. The silver is actually being extracted out this way. And if we follow the power line, look at that. That's actually where it's holding all of that 50,000 silver there. And then if we run out this way, you can see I've got my ship out here where I can take off if I want. But it's actually extracting it down there. And if you see the power line that runs off, the power line is running over there for perpetual power and running to the base. Sadly, the one I just took over does not have any perpetual power. Or at least I haven't found it yet. You never know. I might find it nearby and be able to run it. We'll see. But I can also use solar power too. It works just as good in the long run. So you can see that's extracting that. It'll infinitely extract that. And then we'll get some more of that when we need it. And when we work on some more resources, I'll show you how to do that as well. But we probably won't have enough time to do all that. Now, again, I'm not going to go to every single one because I really don't need any more uranium because I got a uranium farm doing the same extraction that you see. I've also got, what else? Activated idiom, pyrite farm. I've got a regular idiom because there's idiom and then activated idiom. There's copper and activated copper. Those are two separate things. So I've got a regular idiom farm. It's an S farm and it's a WIP, which is a work in progress, which means I haven't even taken the time to set up the extractors for it yet. At least I don't think so. And then near settlement base. This was my old settlement that I took over. The very first one I tried before I went and looked for a new planet to build it. And that new planet is called Tycoon HQ Red because it's a red planet. Red Paradise planet. All right, let's go over here. Now, let's see. Did you guys get all your drops? Did you get everything you need as your drops? You guys let me know. I'll go a little bit longer here. Maybe we'll start Icarus here in a bit just so you guys can make sure that you get your drops. Let me go check and make sure this drop thing is still going. I think it resets every day at 9, right? Yeah, A-class hauler. Did you guys get your A-class hauler for today? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know, no. Let's see, Monday at 9 a.m. Is this Sunday? This is Saturday. Why is there not a Sunday? I guess this one goes through Sunday. Does this one go through Sunday, the one I'm doing right now? So, I'm confused. I thought it was every single day. I guess it's not. I guess day 3 is Saturday and Sunday. Right? Someone go look it up for me on yours. Mine's finished, so it won't tell me when it resets. 77% of 100% for the hauler. Sergeant Striker, do me a favor. Go in there and look in there and see what it was. I was late to the stream, but I'll get it. No problem. I still got an hour or so to wait. Well, hey, John Night Owl, here's what you do. You go ahead and bring up a tab. You bring up someone else who's doing No Man's Sky as well. And so when I switch over to Icarus, you can watch that as well as you have the other one up. You click it as a separate thing. Now, what I'm doing is I have it up on another computer. While I'm playing and playing it here, I want to get my drops too. I want to get the drops and all of that. So I have it up, and I have a good friend of mine a good streamer as well. Really great guy, which I've hosted him many, many times over there. And his name is A Framer. And so if you do want to pull him up as well, make sure to say hi to him in there. Say Kismet sends him the love. You can go ahead and do that when I switch over to Icarus as well. So you guys can get that. Let's go ahead and do a battle. To battle! Now, while we're doing this battle, I go ahead and get his... Now, very rare do I shout other people out, but I will give him a shout out just so you guys can go show him some love. Right there. There we go. Got him in the thing. Open up a new tab. Right-click on that link in my chat and open up a new tab so that you guys can still get your No Man's Sky finished up if you weren't here at the top of the stream. Because I'm going to switch over here in just a minute. I'm going to take a break, though. We're going to try to finish what we're doing, though. I think we're just going to finish doing our resource conversion. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, we can get some more started. Hold on. While you guys are watching that battle, I'm going to get some more started here. Again, our goal is to make a crazy ton of platinum. I'll try to get 20 more of these going at full amount. There we go. Open Captain Chest, give you guys some love. M's, Perrick coming in, getting some love. And Rye, I'm going to call you for short, is going to be 10 assists, MVP of that round. Again, where were we going? Through the middle? I think through the middle, up, and then down. That's what we were doing. Yeah, through the middle. Let's go. I try to think about it every single time so I don't make a mistake so you guys don't get your loot. I want to make sure you got it. All right, what's going on here? What the heck? Is this a barrier? I guess this is a barrier. So we could take these guys out. And then we could run around and get these guys. These guys are probably going to stay there. We'll have to run there and get them. So probably going to need to run down and wipe these guys out. All right, let's start over here on this side, everybody. I'm going to put my bannerman over here and have your back. Just gather around me, everybody. We'll try to push down into these guys, wipe these guys out. We'll go top down through them and then have to come around and wipe those guys out. I'm guessing. I don't know. I haven't done that one. We'll find out. Getting that platinum, sticking in that full stack of gold and silver that we just collected. Taking the little stacks out. You'll have a little bit left over from doing the full stacks as you saw there. So I'll go ahead and oh, forgot to take platinum out first and start that. So you want to do a lot of conversion first just so you're getting the full stacks of platinum. So you're stacking all that up. And then, oh, not copper. And putting in your gold. This is why I organize all my stacks before I do this. Oh, I forgot to start it. Let's organize our stacks over here. All right. Oh, we got copper. Okay, copper there. And so we want to replace all the silver and gold in here with platinum. So we'll do gold and silver, platinum, gold, silver. Oh, that's not enough gold. Gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, silver. And then look at that platinum. Look at that. That's about 500. That's 1,000 nanotites. There's another 2,000, 3,000 nanotites right there. There's 3,000 nanotites just right there in my inventory. Not even considering all the ones we're still converting and the ones that are all in all of this. So let's do gold and silver. Now our gold and silver stacks are running out. Let's see if we have any excess gold somewhere else. I think we moved it all to the front. Let's do one more pass just to make sure. There's a little silver there. Look how much room we're getting back, right? Lots and lots of room. Now, eventually, I'll get to a point where I don't even bother putting the goals here. I'm a little tempted to try flipping it, right? To putting the stuff that I rarely ever use in the front, just so that stuff, when I throw it in the bank, it'll auto-stack, and then actually flipping the whole entire thing around and seeing if I like that better. I just don't like having to scroll through everything all the time. That sucks. So, we're getting to a point where we're using up all of our stuff. So, before we switch over, let's get this going. Now, by the way, if I'm not in the game, it'll still finish converting all this stuff as well. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Weird. Oh, it's not letting me see my storage. That's weird. Convert the rest of this ferrite dust. Oh, the power run out? No, power's good. Huh. Maybe it doesn't show you your storage in there. I thought it did, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't remember what was what. What? Speaking of, put some platinum in there. And I seriously doubt we're going to have too much room for ferrite dust. We're going to put a little bit in there. There we go. Again, at some point, I don't even bother doing that, where you micromanage your inventory in there, because it's just so tedious. Oh, this one's ready. This one's ready for another cycle. Actually, hold on. Let's do full stacks. Just so we can get these full stacks out of our inventory. I'm going to speed up a little bit. I hope you guys don't mind. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. I'll be focused here for a minute, and I'll get back to my chat here in just a sec. Right click to get out of there, by the way. And there's other ways of doing this to get nanotites as well. But remember, this auto extracts. All I have to do is put it in the converters. I don't have to actually collect the ore anymore. It's doing that for me. And so I can do that offline. If I can collect ore and collect nanotites while I'm offline, I feel like that is the optimum for me, because that's my style of play. But if you're actively playing, you can also get tons and tons of nanotites other ways. There's always like 10 ways of doing the same thing in most things. And that's how it should be. It should be whatever suits your style of gameplay. Then it should be that. Look, my storage inventory is showing up again. It's like it was scrolled off the side of my screen or something. I don't make the games, everybody. I just play them. I just play them. All right, and we got 20 of those converting. Go, baby, go. Our settlement's getting built up. We are on a paradox. Look at this. Look at this. Let's take all this out. And just put all the platinum together in its glory. We just made all this platinum just today. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4, 5, 6,000 nanotite right there. 6,000 nanotites. That literally I made by picking it up from the thing, walking it over here, putting it into converters a few times. GG, and we're converting another bunch right there. we'll literally have about 7, 8, 9,000 nanotites. And then we'll go and we'll just spending spree. All of that as well. Now, before I forget, let's go ahead and also go up to our freighter and pull our freighter here to our new home base. Let's go. And I forget who it was who foreshadowed this earlier. I think it was Johnny in the clouds here that foreshadowed my kind of exclamation point on what I'm doing. And that is to call your freighter to you. And the reason why you want to call your freighter to you is so you can do missions. And if it's nearby your planet like this, and one of the things that does happen is you can utilize it up here for your storage. Now look at all these ships coming in. Oh God, red alert! Look out, all these ships are going to kill me. Oh my God. Oh, there's like 25 ships here. Oh my God, I'm going to die. Oh wait, I own all those ships. Those are my ships. That's right. This is my fleet, baby. Let's fly out here a little bit and turn around. Look at all these ships. Look at all them suckers. Those are my ships, everybody. I own every one of them because I'm crazy rich. At least in this game. Not in real life anymore. Not in real life, but definitely in this game. Because this is how I like to do. I'm the space tycoon, everybody. I get the dollar bills up in here. There you go. Yeah. There you go. You got the companion as well. Thanks for the drops. You're welcome. Nice fleet. Yes, it is a beauty. Look at this right here. Look what we got right here. A little SY starship here. A little B starship there. Oh, well, a little explorer. Pretty nice. Now, it actually takes my ships and puts them in the back corner of the thing. Now, these are just other people's ships, random NPC ships right there. But it's going to put my ships back here in the corner. And you can see I've got the original ship, which we're going to go in and we're going to just max it out. We're going to pimp our ride, right? We're going to go in there. We're going to give it everything under the sun, even though it's like, you know, the junkie starter. I've got me an exotic here, which I think is beautiful. It's the only exotic I've ever gotten in the game, even though I've played for hundreds of hours. And the reason why is always when I see an exotic, they're very rare to find. Whenever I see an exotic, that's the moment I don't have enough to buy it. And in this case, I finally had the cash in the moment in which I saw the exotic. And I said, I'm going to get it. I'm going to put it in my fleet. You can have a bunch of different ships in your fleet. Currently, I only have 3 ships. You can have up to 5, unless they changed it recently to more. But I think it's still 5. You can also have multiple multi-tools now. If you haven't played the game in a long time, you have 3 multi-tools going at the same time. Which is cool because you can have one be like your gun, you can have one that's like your scanner one, and then you can have another one that's just like your straight up collecting loot and things like that. So I'm going to run into my freighter here. Whoa, got turned around there. Run into my freighter. Again, I own this. This is mine. They've actually added the ability to teleport out of your freighters now, which is really cool. And here is the deck of my freighter, and then I can talk to this guy right over here. And this is something I should do, but I'm out of time right now. And that's to go in and to queue up all of my people to do different expeditions. Now, depending on how far they're going to go, you're going to need a lot of fuel to send them. So I'm going to send them on this one that's for 21 hours. So in 21 hours from now, this is going to be done, right? They're going to travel 3,598 light years, and they're going to have a 2-star difficulty. And it gets tougher and tougher the more you do this. Of course, your ships get better and better. Look at those S-classers. Yeah, I got an S-classer there. I got a couple of them. And then also you want to see what kind of expedition. See, this one's an industrial expedition, so you want to probably send more of your industrial. And this one's balanced, which means that you can kind of mix and match whatever you want to put in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put my Interstellar Dreadnought in there. Yeah, that ought to do it. That's my combat one. I also have a really nice S-class support unit, which means it's going to cost less fuel. Let's do that. I've also got some other combats, but you know what? Let's throw in some industrial so we can go ahead and get some of those. We also, over here, of course, the one that I like is the trade one, so you're getting your dollar bills. Now, the more you send these guys out, we got some reds here too. We got to fix on those ones. But the more you send these out, the more they get built up. So they, even if it's a C class to start with, it'll work up to a B and an A and an S class eventually. So you definitely want to send them out as much as you can. So we got the trade ship. And what else? We got industrial trade ship. We got combat. We got support. I think we got everything. You know what? Let's send 2 trade ships. Let's go. Now, the trade ship's obviously going to be more money-oriented. The industrial is going to be more resource-oriented. Thank you much for the follow, United Shoe. I appreciate that. And, of course, the combat one is going to be more combat-oriented. They're all going to bring you back some stuff. Now, remember, these ships cost millions of dollars, right? Each ship costs millions of dollars. It depends on what level it is, right? The lower level one's going to cost you like $1 million. The higher level ones, 10, 20 million, if they're S-classes and whatnot. Depends on what they are, combat or whatever. But one of the things I'm going to need is I'm going to need a bunch of fuel. And I need 600 tons of fuel to do this particular mission. Now, if I don't have the fuel, I can't send them. I got to come out of there, and I've got to make the fuel. And so here on my freighter, you can see now that I can access all of my various storages from right here. So I can just keep running through here and grab any of the resources that I need. I still think that this interface is stupid. I'm sorry. That's just the honest truth. You know you get the honest truth from me straight up. And why is it stupid? Because I'm transferring items. So this over here, when I'm doing the freighter, these tabs should be on this side. Even if it was just down right here, I can then transfer multiple items over here instead of having to do this. So, okay, uranium, click it, then go back. Right, oh, where it is, general, and then put that in there. Right, that's lame, bro. That's lame. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it should be fixed. Now, we've got some fuel here. We have this. We can go ahead and make 400 now. That's going to be 600 right there. So now we have the fuel. We're good to go for that mission. So let's try it again. And again, you want to set these missions up for as long as possible because they're going to bring back a lot more stuff. And I will usually queue all of these up. That's why you want to have so many ships, is you can actually send 5 missions out at any given time. And then in 5 hours, you can come back and do these ones and send them out again. And in 9 hours, you can send those ones. In 8 hours, and you can send that one, right? And then eventually, in 21 hours here, you'll get this one done. I usually do the one that takes the longest because I get the most rewards, like I was saying. So we'll do that. Industrial. We'll go ahead and do our trade ones like that. Now we've got the fuel. Now, also, you can go ahead and do and build different modules that upgrade those particular frigates. Now, remember, the small ones are frigates. The large ones are freighter. You got one freighter. You have multiple frigates. And then you can go ahead and use these buffs to actually have them bring back more materials or various different things. You get the idea. So we launch that. And now, in 21 hours from now, we'll come back in real life time, by the way, not in game time. It's in real life time. You come back. And GG, you can do it. Now, you can actually see your expeditions in your various rooms right here. You can see I've got 5 ships going there, and I can check the status of it, or when it's done, I can come back and collect the loot there. And you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, because 5 times 5 is 25 ships. You get the idea. There we go. I actually have more than 25 ships, like 30 ships. Now, look at my ship here. Look how big your frigate is, or your freighter. Look how big your freighter is. That's the max distance you can go. You're going to need a lot of silver to do this. And it goes even further in the other direction. Look how far down it goes. And I haven't even unlocked the whole thing. By the way, this is one of 6 levels. You can have 6 levels of this size on your freighter going at the same time, which is pretty incredible. One of my favorite things to do is just do lines and lines and lines of different plants that you can make, right? And so one of the cool things about doing it here on your freighter is the fact that you don't have to run any power lines. You can go ahead and just put it down and it's automatically powered by the freighter itself, which is a great use of your freighter, I feel. Now, there is not enough stuff to do on your freighter. I feel like you definitely need a lot of freighter upgrades and things you can use your freighter for. You can use it for conversion. You can see I have a bunch of converters here, which I'm doing basically the same thing I'm doing in your base. I find it's a lot more dangerous to do it up here because it has a tendency for your resources to disappear for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if they fixed it now. But if I'm not physically staying here on my freighter, I'm a little worried because I've had it happen where I've literally lost all of the resources in all of the things up here. So another Kismet tip for you. Focus on the one that's typically on land. On your planet, and then if you need to, have some up here where you can just stand here and do it. Now, these guys, we'll deal with these guys next time. These are really fun. These are a bunch of the regular missions, and you can unlock all sorts of fun stuff there. You get the idea. Let's save. Bam. All right, we got that going. Now let's go also look at another thing that happens when we have our freighter in the same system as our base that we're working on. And I pull the anomaly over, I pull my base over. I usually keep the anomaly by the space station. And the reason why is I usually do the space station, then the anomaly typically right after, or I'll do the anomaly and then need to go to the space station, right? So it does help a lot when you're doing it. And I can just fast travel between all of those things by using the portal here. And it does make it a lot better. So a lot easier to kind of jump around. There we go. Justin just claimed disbelief. Look at you go, getting the drops. It's the Rebel Alliance, but with more money than everyone else combined. Yeah. Balance sent one of each. There we go. And thank you, United Shoe. Thank you very much for the follow. Worst part of the game are the menus. I think so too, United Shoe. The reason why is because it's based on console, right? They made it for console. And then us, us PC players are used to a more advanced and more in-depth interface. And so the clunkiness of it, the McClunky of it is the fact that we have to hold down E. We gotta hold down buttons, because the reason why you do that on console is you hit buttons mistakenly a lot with the console controller. At least some people do. That's why they have that function. It's a great function when you don't want to accidentally get in and out of your power armor. That's a great function, like in Fallout 76. But in here, if I want to make something, I just want to make it. I want to hit E and do it, right? Do what I tell you to do, game. Great example. I want to go in and I want to make some more plates. Well, guess what? They changed it now, where if I hit E, it does it. Right? I don't have to hold the stupid thing down. Every single one of them that I'm making a giant mega base, everybody. Watch me as I spend an hour doing this little spinny thing so I can make metal plates. Now, of course, you can also go click here and do this, right? And then D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D, and then bam, I just made 60 metal plates, which is great. But what if I'm making 400 metal plates, right? I got to click that 400 times? Forget that. What I want to do is hold down that button. I can't hold down the button. I can't hold down D. I can do it when I'm trading at the space station. I go in there and say, oh, okay, I want to do about 1,000, right? I got 50,000, but I want to do 1,000. And if I hold down D, it'll go, and it will actually accelerate, get faster and faster the longer I hold it down, and get closer to that number that I need. But you know what we really want as PC players? You know exactly what you want. You want to click on that, type in a number, and hit return. That's exactly what you want to do, just like you could do in New World. You can just click on that, type in how many you want it to craft, and bam, it crafts that much. That's what you want on PC. Now, on console, it's a bit harder, unless you have a mouse and keyboard you've added to your console. But what? I mean, it should be there for the PC. And of course, they're trying to unify all of their versions because they have crossplay. So they have one version that goes to all of it. So I understand a bit of their design choices, but it still sucks if you're on PC. It still sucks. But I'm at least glad that they added the ability for me to just, tap, 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 tap with E. I don't have to do it forever, right? It's like, oh God, I gotta go on forever. You can't hold it down though. Like I can hit E, and it'll make the thing. Oh, sorry, I can't make those. But you get the idea. I can just hit E, but I can't hold it down. Like you'd also want to hold that down. If I hold it down, it'd be like, it would make a bunch of them, right? As many as I needed in there as well. But at least I can just keep pressing E, and I don't have to wait for the cycle every single time, because it just sucks up so much of your time for no real benefit, right? If you add something like that to game, make sure that there's a benefit to waiting for that cycle, right? The reason why you have that thing that cycles like that is so you don't accidentally press it. But if you're rolling over at a certain resource and you're pressing E, you mean to press E. You're not doing that typically on accident. which is probably why they fixed it finally, to make that a lot more enjoyable. Actual quick transfer, not much of a shortcut, but, well, yeah, the quick transfer is the thing that needs the most work. Now, watch this. When I quick transfer over here, see over here? Look at this. If I'm on my Starship, or if I'm on my Exosuit, or even my Exocraft, sorry, I had to sneeze there. Even my Exocraft, I've got this big, empty space right over here on the right side. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. When I hit X, bam, pull up my transfer items right here, bro. Right here. So I can have a nice, big, juicy space where I don't have to go like this. I don't have to go down 55 million times just to get to my stuff. Same thing when I'm doing this transfer thing, right? When you're doing this transfer thing, right? You're doing that 50 times. You're doing all of that stuff and whatnot just to get to all of this stuff that's in here, right? You're trying to get to this stuff. You're trying to get that stuff. You're trying to transfer it out of there. For some reason, it's not showing my thing right now, too. It's weird. It's not, see, that's making me nervous. I wonder if it's just not working at nighttime. I don't know. There's definitely something funky going on there. There's some funky chicken going on. Hold on, let me try a little something here. See, it doesn't show up. But if I bet you if I add, oh look, that my thing is doing the whole I can't build thing right now. The game gets funky sometimes. I'm doing a little bit of a workaround too. A little bit of a workaround so I can build. So what it's done is I've left, I've come back, and now it's kicked me out of build mode. And that's why that's not working. It doesn't think that this is part of my base now. And that happens. You know how you fix that? You log out of the game, you log back in again, it'll be just fine. It'll be back to working. Because I left and came back, now it's funky chicken. It happens. All right, where's our save thing here in our overseer thing? Did it give me anything to do as an overseer yet? Man, I haven't gotten anything to do on this one. It said a B, though. We'll just let it keep going. It's getting really deep in debt there, though. I'd like to be able to I haven't gotten anything to do. Like in the previous one, it gave me like a dispute to settle. And then also it gave me like an upgrade for it. I got an upgrade down here, which allowed me to have either a boost in happiness or a boost in productivity. Now, I would think that productivity, actually, as someone who's managed many people in real life and managed people in game, is that your productivity would be something I would work on first. And because that affects your profitability. And your profitability affects your ability to add settlement features. And then if you can add settlement features, then you can add things that make your people happy. Right? That's just my thought. And I want to test it out, but it's not giving me any missions, so I can't test it, can I? But I'd love to. We'll see what happens. Now, again, right now, mine is at a massive loss because I moved to a new one. My other one actually was not losing. It actually was gaining and would eventually get out of its debt. But this one says it's infinite until it gets out of debt. And I'm just betting that the actual settlement here will grow from a C to a B, and then hopefully to an A, and then the maintenance cost will be enough. I can then get some settlement features to upgrade it and whatnot, and so on. Now, I don't really need the resources, the extra resources, which is, I think, what this is talking about. Settlement is in debt, clear debts to restore production. Now, I don't know if it's just, you know, my productivity is out because we're in debt, but I literally have $1 billion on me right now. So one of the things I should be able to do is take on the debt of the settlement. I could pay that debt off like this. In fact, I could pay that debt off every single day, every single time I log in for the next 4 days in a row. And guess what? After 4 days, it's collected another 215 million in activated idiom that I could sell and keep the debt going the next day, right? I don't know why I can't use my cash to clear that debt of my settlement. I think they should definitely add that down the line because I could easily clear that debt in a second. In fact, I could have $3 billion on me and I could go for, you know, 4 times 3 would be 12. It would be 12 days of that debt I could pay off like that, right? But I don't have that function. I have to, you know, let it work itself out over time. Let's hope it does. All right, anything else I want to talk about? I think we covered just a tremendous amount of great stuff in the stream. If you did enjoy that, let me know in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. I love to get feedback on the stream. Balanced set of each. There you go. Again, quick travel. I think it should be an interface on the right. You see all of your storages, and you just take it out, put it in, take it out, and organize it there instead of having to go to each individual thing. I think it's been out long enough now for 5 years that they could just get that going. I love that starship you got there, Kismet. It's my favorite style. Me too. It's like an R2-D2 X-Wing style. There we go. I wonder if the remap controls and options will let you set the keys you want to increase or decrease stacks the way you want. I use that custom set PS4 type PC controller. Oh, I don't know. It's been a great stream. Now I must really eat. Well, Johnny in the Clouds. Were you supposed to eat earlier and you forgot to? Well, this isn't the end, everybody. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of my stream. We're going to go check out a brand new survival game that's in beta called Icarus. It looks amazing, so stick around for that. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to basically take a little bit of a break. You guys can enjoy the highlights of my stream, and then we're going to come back and we're going to check out Icarus. We're going to do some more battles. First, we'll wait for this battle. I just noticed it's got 30 seconds. Let's wait for that first, and then we'll go over there. So make sure to hit that follow button, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow with another bonus stream of No Man's Sky as well, and we'll show you even more cool stuff that we will unlock. We'll go use all of our nanotites that we got being converted here, and we'll go on a spending spree. We'll also go, maybe we'll see an S-Class ship that we'll buy as well. Maybe we'll buy an S-Class freighter, which costs $200 million right there, right? We might do that as well. Maybe we'll find the Star Destroyer. The Star Destroyer looks awesome, man. If you have not seen the one that looks like a Star Destroyer as your freighter, oh, that's a good one. Very rare to find, especially in S-Class, but very, very cool. To battle! Battle time, everybody. Let's do this battle first before we do break. I'm going hard today. I said I was going above and beyond for you guys this week, and I am doing it, man. Again, 15 streams pretty much this week. And luckily, I've copied it all off over there. And I have it converting more stuff over there right now. Converting even more video footage. Now, let's see what we can do here. Oh, that's kind of tricky. We're shooting over the fence there. Let's go, people. Stay together. Yeah, ranged over the fence there. We got some tanks. Still got my epic bannerman. Man, this takes a while to do this one. See, and the question is, would it have been better to start from the middle or better to start from the outside edge? I think outside edge, because what happens is these guys over here, all of these guys have to hit the front of our line, right? So the front of our line is going to be our tanks and DPS and all of that. So they don't attack the back of our line, which are going to be all of our range. So in theory, this is a better configuration in the long run. As long as we still got our healers and whatnot, we should be good. Patrick running the front line there. And they took out some of our ranged in there as well. It's 24-9, but that, you know, anything can change here in a minute. Anything can happen. Oh, somebody just walked past me. Taking a message to a scrap pile. All right, boom, that's a win, everybody. Nice job. Let's see, Rotisserie G, Eric, and Night Owl walking away with some loot. And Sis MVP with a 27 of kills. Nice job. I see some of you putting down those 6 units. Nice job as well. Let's start another battle. And then I'm going to go ahead and start you guys up here. Now, again, we're running a bit behind on acres here, but don't worry. We're going to play a bunch of it. Check it out. Let's get right in the meat of that right there. Like, come on, let's just bring it to them. Let's bring it right up into them there, everybody. Let's go. So we're running about an hour behind, but that's okay. I'll just add another hour to the end of the stream, and we'll go with that just much extra. These guys, what's up, bro? What up? Whoa, where'd he go? People just all up in my business, man. I'm just standing around. They all up in my business. All right, we'll come back to some No Man's Sky. Let's go ahead and save. I'm gonna put my little save thing down. Oh wait, no, I already have it down. I already have it down in here. Right here. There we go. I actually have 2 save points in here. This one and this one. Now, why do I have this other save beacon? I have this other save beacon because when you fly in and you look on the map, when you look on the map when you're flying in, well, as you're flying in, you can see that it has a little star. Wherever you put that one, it has a... Oh, you can see it there, up at the top. It has a little star, so you know that's your primary base versus all the other bases you might have in the same area. All right, so we'll leave them in here and hope something magical happens with our settlement while we're gone, and that they raise themselves up to productivity instead of keep going further and further into debt. We'll see what happens. Now, one of the things that I did in the other settlement was I had to defend them against sentinels and whatnot in there, and I haven't had any of those quests. I haven't had any of that stuff. I'm a little bummed about my settlement that it doesn't have more for you to do as the settlement manager on this particular settlement anyway. And I don't know if it's adversely affecting my settlement, and this settlement will never be a usable settlement. Some people in the chat said I'll be fine, but if the productivity is so low versus the maintenance cost, then eventually I will not have production restored over here. So I'm going to need like some settlement features. I'm going to need a nearby settlement to say, hey, Kismet, I'm here to help you out. Or I'm going to need to settle some disputes maybe to bring up the happiness or whatever. But I got to have a way of adding features to my thing to bring up my productivity so that my productivity and my maintenance costs I'm starting to make a profit in here eventually. Now, again, I could just like right now pay off that amount and then I would be profitable, but I don't know. It's like you gotta make your actual settlement profitable, and you can't use your old cash. All right, let's save, and then we'll take a break. You guys can enjoy some of my highlights of my stream. I'll be back in just a moment, and we'll try out some Icarus. Let's go. Hey everybody, Kismet here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the center of the screen. Also, check me out live on twitch.tv/Kismet. I'll see you all next time.